Welcome to the HFD podcast,
Welcome.
the best podcast in all the land,
It's definitely, it's not even all the land, it's definitely the world.
the world,
And
and anything beyond.
anything beyond. Since we discovered last week that
The aliens do exist.
there's other planets.
How you been, man?
Good, man, you?
Yeah, not bad. A bit tired, but we'll get through.
We'll get through.
I'm having my long black that KP's just made me.
It's wild.
It is nice. It tastes good.
We look good on the screen.
We look wild.
Is this, did I show this? This is some new merch.
I know. Look at this merch, guys. Come on.
Oh, wait.
Can you see? At the back, it's got that's wild.
That's wild. Mine's got the YouTube link. I'll get it.
Oh, here we go. You gotta go down a bit.
Yeah.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen.
The YouTube link.
Anyway, it's the first time I'm looking like a bit of an eagle on the.
The eagle has definitely landed. Like, I can hear giggles in the background.
Well,
about the eagle.
I'll tell you the story. I was when was it? It would have been Friday night.
Yeah.
I bought for my birthday. I can't remember if it was my birthday or Christmas, but Amanda bought me a shaver.
Yeah.
And it's a good one. And it's got on. You know how like you can change you dial it. You dial it. It tells you like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I think it goes to like 12. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, so I had it on like 5, and I was like, trimming it, making sure, making it look nice, and I went like this. To like just shake out the thing. And it changed the numbers without me noticing. And I went like this. And I was like, oh, what? And I was so upset. I tried to save it, and I started to look like Wolverine a bit, and then I was like, yeah, nah. So I had to just shave it. I had no choice. And as you can see right now, guys,
the eagle has landed.
I look like I'm 5 years old.
So Rob says, isn't watching this podcast social media? Are we all being distracted?
It is. We are part of that distraction, guys.
Chris has learnt to use a razor blade safely. Amanda must be so proud.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't cut myself. That's good, but yeah, I was really upset. And everyone looks at you like differently. Like, what happened to you, man? It's like, and then you got to explain the story like 5,000 times.
But that's why you just do what I do and just say, yeah, I shaved. Oh, why'd you shave? Because I wanted to.
But the good news is, guys, it's coming back. The growth is coming back. So
now
Chris C will be back.
I actually like this look, right? For me.
Yeah.
This look and when I've got a real big beard are my two favorite looks. I don't like in between of growing a beard, and I don't like fully clean shaven.
Nah, yeah.
I like just this bit of stubble.
Yeah, you look alright with that.
That's how I like it.
I like
but I only like it when I've see my side of my hair. When because I do a side cut under my long hair.
Yeah.
When that's the same length as this, I like it. But when it's all,
I don't mind it this length.
Yeah.
No. I'm not a fan of this length.
Yeah.
I'm so used to seeing a beard.
Yeah.
But
it's weird.
It's so weird.
You know what's weird? When you grow a big beard, I don't know if there's some people that haven't, whatever, but when you grow a big beard, the first time you cut it, you're looking in the mirror and you're like this. You're like,
what the?
Because it looks like it looks like your mouth is like,
I know,
5 cents big,
I know,
and it looks like they've just cut your chin off, and you're like, you can't comprehend it. You're looking in them and you're like, what? And you can't work it out. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, no, I find like I look in the mirror and I'm like,
it's weird.
Like I scared my kids because they didn't know who I was. It's like a different person. But
John is in the chat. He's saying hello to Rob.
But you know what? I was at a party on Saturday night, and I was getting compliments actually. People liked it. So.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like everyone looks at things differently.
They're saying you look in your 30s again.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, yeah, it's different, but mistakes happen, I guess. So
that's right.
Just gotta be careful with the razor. Does Jess like the beard or?
Jess does not like when I grow the big beard. No, Jess likes like this and a bit bigger, like.
Yeah.
Not too much length.
When it gets clean shaven.
No, she doesn't mind it, but she likes a bit of.
Amanda likes the beard.
Not big. When I grow up big, it gets to a point, and Jess always looks at me and goes, "It's getting a bit big now."
Do you remember when we first reconnected and I was like, had a massive beard?
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, it was big. I had a massive one, not off season that just passed, off season last year.
I think I remember.
I've got the photo on my phone, so one day I'll bring it up. I'll put it live on the podcast so people can see how big it was. It was huge. Like
We should
it was massive.
We should do a challenge and like grow. Don't cut it for like 6 months and see how long it gets.
A year.
1 year.
Well, that's a year. So
anyway, the beard's coming back, guys. So the eagle will be taking off soon.
The eagle, he will no longer land. There'll be no bald-headed eagle. It'll be a wedge-tail eagle.
But it's grown back. In like a couple of weeks, it'll be nice.
Yeah.
But at the moment, still an eagle. Still an eagle. Sorry, man.
It looks good, man. I like it. It doesn't bother me.
Anyway,
it looks good. How's your coffee?
It's quite nice.
I'm upset.
It's a long black.
I'm upset because I started making 3 because I thought John was coming.
Oh yeah, John's
he's in the chat.
John's in the chat. Look, it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. So, no, I've just been sleeping shit. Have you been having good sleep lately? Because I haven't, and that's why I'm tired.
Yeah, not as much. No, so because I'm back at soccer.
Sore? You're sore?
Yeah, no, not because I'm sore. Because preseason started. It's like you go to training, and I think your body has to get used to keeping that. Because we train late here, obviously after work hours. You get home at like 9 o'clock. And you still got all this adrenaline in you.
Yeah.
And it takes, I think, a good month for your body to get used to that, to be able to come home and just sleep.
Yeah.
Whereas you come home and you still got all this adrenaline because you've been running around. I think for the first 2-3 weeks, it fucks with your sleep a bit.
Yeah, I've just been struggling, man.
But that's probably because
I don't know why. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a nice sleep tonight, but yeah, I've been sleeping at my grandma's.
Yeah.
And it's not the best bed either. Yeah. So especially when you're not in your own bed, like
you're not used to it.
No, it's
different.
It's different. It's hard. It's not a nice bed.
Yeah.
But that's my only worry.
We've got to get you a bed. We've got to get you a bed there, man. We'll put a GoFundMe to get you a
bed,
like a bed for your Yaya's house. That'd be wild.
That'd be wild, guys. Chip in for Chrissy's bed.
We'll do a GoFundMe for the big man. For a bed at Yaya's house.
Well, that was an interesting week, man. We had what happened this week? There was a few things that happened.
There's been some funny things this week, man. There's one thing I want to talk about first.
All right.
So I don't know when it was. A couple days ago.
Yeah.
A guy, actually, I'm going to say a child, on the north-south motorway.
Yeah.
Here in South Australia.
Going north or south?
Don't know which way. I think he was going towards north, so towards like
Gawler
Elizabeth and Gawler and all
yeah.
that. He was 20 years old, but he was only on a learner's permit, and he had a passenger in the car, and he got clocked at one of the quickest speeds that anyone's ever been clocked in South Australia. You know how quick he was going? Confirm the quickest.
When did this happen?
245 kilometers per hour. And then the car just shut down because
was that too quick?
It was a ute, like a VE ute, and it just overheated, whatever. And then the cops caught up to him, and he had to learn.
What? Wait, hold on a sec. Why was he going so fast?
Apparently, he was on. They said they drug tested him. He was on something, so he was high.
He's lost his license forever.
Apparently, this is what cracked me up.
That's a jail.
No, but this is what cracks me up. Apparently, they took his He's been suspended license for 12 months, and his car's impounded for 30 days.
But isn't that like
that's what I'm saying.
Don't they crush your car now?
Well, what if you're drunk? They do. I don't know about speeding.
No, not when you're drunk. No, if you hoon, they crush it.
I don't know.
Not if you're drunk.
Apparently, it's getting impounded for 30 days. I read the article, and he's lost his license.
Is that it?
For a year.
Is that it?
A year. He should never be able to have a license ever.
Not going that quick. I mean, look, I've done some stupid things when I was younger, especially on
Yeah, I know.
The freeway.
Listen,
the freeway.
Everyone did.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, but 245.
Nah,
nowhere near that, bro.
Nah. I think my car wouldn't reach.
Nah, and you probably actually had a license too.
I did. I was on my P's.
Okay, so.
Especially coming down, the hill.
Yeah, I know. You could used to be able to chomp back in the day. So, but not like that. All I got to say is to that guy, I was going to say if you're watching, but he probably is not watching.
He would have been when it was quiet.
It was night time.
He wouldn't have been.
But all I'm going to say is to a guy like that is, you're a moron, And it's people like you that cause deaths. He had a passenger in the
Yeah.
car for one. Like, that is ridiculous.
That is.
200, and I think Chris said it was actually confirmed at 253. That
That's
is a joke. When you're going, the speed limit's 110.
no, it's not. It's 90.
There it's 110.
Oh, on
Yeah,
that part of
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Like, GT23 says ZWWW wax swag. I don't know what that means, but
Maybe.
oh, look, my cat is making an appearance. Look at him.
It is making an impression.
He's made an appearance on the podcast.
Can you see it? Oh yeah, it's on the.
You
it's
saw
on
it.
the
There he
screen.
is. See you later.
Loves it.
And Jess said the baby. Jess's cat. She saw the cat. She wrote the
The
baby.
baby. It's looking for food.
Yeah, I think he's just one that was interested because we're here.
That's it.
He's just looking around.
My
Yeah.
cat-
So, listen. But like, listen. Everyone has
Do you
sped
reckon? Do you reckon like you should suspend it forever?
forever. You cannot go that far. You should never have a license, especially the fact that he had a passenger with him.
What if he gets rehabilitated and learns his lesson and never does it again? Could you give him his license then?
I don't reckon he should have a license. That's me personally.
But that just kills his whole life.
I don't care.
That's like
Well, that's what dumb decisions do.
yeah. But when you're how old is he?
20.
He's not. People
You know,
don't
about
think,
250, Chris.
yeah, I'm not saying it's right. I just think people deserve second chances if they.
All right. He should be
If-
suspended. He
Not-
shouldn't be able to have a
longer,
license
longer.
till like 25.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I don't think forever though, but
Like 20, he should.
because he won't better get a job, man.
Yeah, I don't care. That's
Like, who's going to
ridiculous.
hire someone that rides their bike to work?
He's going to have that criminal record anyway. Who's going to hire him? Because they're going to know about it. People's police check everything now. Hey, you had a fine for 250K.
No, that's pretty bad. Well, a lot. The problem these days is there's a lot of kids on drugs,
Mm.
and they're not thinking about what they're doing. So, and they're on this. A lot of them on the ice, and that ice stuff just kills you.
Rob said,
So-
Chris, there are certain type of people that can't be rehabilitated. He's one of them. See, I tend to agree with Rob.
There are some.
That's a pretty. That's. I don't know. How do you listen? I've been fast in a car, but I don't even know how do you get the balls as a 20-year-old to go 250 clicks. That's,
Because he's on drugs. Bro.
I know, but fuck me. That's
Like if you're on drugs, you don't realize.
yeah, no, it's
They just-
ridiculous. Well, I thought he was just going 60, like
Yeah, probably in his mind.
probably
Mm.
because that's fast, man. That's like a Grand Prix, like
That's like V8 supercar.
yeah, like that's quick.
Even the V8 supercars don't go that fast.
Yeah, I
They
think a Grand Prix gets up to something like that.
can get to 300
Yeah, but
on a straight.
yeah, that's what I mean. But that's
But for a normal
they're
car.
trained. Like these guys are professionals. Like that's ridiculous.
So when was that the other day?
Yeah, I think it could have been earlier in the week or last week. I just read it. Like
Far out.
it's crazy, bro.
And the
that's-
car
It
malfunctioned.
just malfunctioned and just. They should definitely crush his car.
Well, that's a hoon violation.
Yeah.
So hoon. I'm pretty sure there's a hoon law
Yeah, I think
that,
I thought there was
says
too.
that if you are hooning around and they catch you,
Yeah,
then you can get your car.
I thought there was
crushed.
too. I thought there was too.
Not for drink driving though. It's not for drink driving.
For hooning.
For hooning, like burnouts and
Yeah.
doing that kind of stuff.
We would have been. We would have been fucked back in the day for burnouts because that's
Would've been a lot of crushed
all we
cars.
did was burn. My Cortina was done.
My Papa's Gemini was.
My Cortina would have
yeah.
been crushed because it did more burnouts than it did kilometers of normal driving.
Yeah, but yeah, that times have changed, man.
Oh, big
All the
time.
laws are.
Do you remember
lot
back in the
stricter.
day the old Magic Mountain car park?
Yeah,
So you went in one way, and you couldn't get through unless you went around the whole way.
yeah.
And remember, on summer days it would get packed.
I remember.
We in my Cortina were in one end, and the cops came in the other end, and I was doing a burnout on one end,
And they couldn't
and
get
so there
there.
was no physically way they could get to us, and they couldn't see the number plate. We're doing because of all the smoke, and we just drove off and got
Oh.
away with it. But remember that car park, there was no way they could get to us because of the way it went around.
Oh man, yeah.
The
that's
good old
fun.
days.
Good old days. You don't see it that much anymore.
Now, because tires are expensive now. We
Tires
used
are
to go.
expensive.
Remember, we used to go to Bow Repairs and get a retread for
Retread.
$15.
Don't do retreads
I
anymore.
don't think they do them anymore. They're against the law, I think, because they're not.
I used to love getting retreads. It was so cheap.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So we used
I
to
used to
go.
get retreads all the time.
We just used to go get retreads for our car.
Yeah.
Do burnouts all night. Go get another one.
Well, I reckon I was buying retreads
all
like
the time.
2010. It was still available.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Not
I
anymore.
don't think they do them anymore now. And now you're not going to go do a burn. It's like I've got an SS. I'm not going to go do a burnout now because tires are like $200 each.
But if someone wants to like drive erratically, just go to Malala.
Go race,
there's a track,
and do it.
There's a track there you can take your own car.
Yeah,
You can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
And it's all, you put your helmet on, and then it's legal.
That's right.
Yeah.
Genwool says Wembley, we're Man United and we're going back to Wembley. Well, it's not official yet, but
What do you mean going back to Wembley?
well, Man United are 3-0 up in a semi-final, and they're playing at home tomorrow, the second leg, and if they win, the final's at Wembley. So, I mean, they shouldn't lose. They're not going to lose 4-0 at home, but anything can happen. But they got 1 foot in the final, put it that way.
The world is a crazy place, so anything can
And
happen.
the team that they'll play in the final is Newcastle, and the last final Newcastle were in was in 1999, and it was against Man United when we won the treble.
Can history repeat?
Who knows? That was the last
Newcastle's
time,
coming up.
that was the last time they were in a final.
Newcastle's coming up, eh?
Well,
they're going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next few years, I think.
Listen, I tell you what, he's doing good considering
The players he's got.
they haven't spent like everyone thought they were going to spend so far. He's spent, but not like Chelsea.
They haven't gone crazy yet.
Chelsea spent in the January transfer window more than all of the other 5 divisions put together.
And where are they? Like 9th?
10th.
10th.
Yeah.
That's
More than the 4 big leagues.
It's not about the money,
So,
man.
Nah, so the Eredivisie, Spanish La Liga, French League 1, German League, Italian Serie A, they've spent more than all those leagues put together.
And they're only 10th.
One team.
Normally Chelsea's in the top 4.
Yeah.
Oh, they are normally.
Yeah, normally.
But this year, no.
And the thing is, they're buying players now, I think, because they know they're not going to be in the Champions League. They won't be able to attract them.
Oh, right.
That's what I think, but
Oh, well. What can you do, man?
I think most cities now need an adrenaline park. Cars, flying, guns, explosion, a sellout, Rob reckons. An adrenaline park where you can just go and...
Sounds like the Purge.
Well, like when... No, not... When I went to Thailand with Jess and my brother George and that, you're there, you can go shoot guns, you can go windsurfing, do all this shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I agree. It sort of makes sense. You can go do these things.
People need to release their...
Whatever. They're
Whatever
inner
they
child.
release.
Their inner child. And...
some people love that high octane, like,
yeah.
So yeah.
AP78 says, how are we?
AP, how are you, buddy?
AP's wild.
AP is wild. He loves the flat earth.
Also, commiserations, Everton, he said. Genwool. Everton are the only team in the Premier League that didn't buy a player in the January transfer window.
Why didn't they?
And they're like in relegation zone.
Probably they just don't care anymore.
I don't think the owner does care.
I'm actually surprised. Fulham's doing pretty well. I always
Yeah.
look at them because of Tony Khan, but
Because
they're doing all right.
they didn't come up this year and do what they did last time, try and buy 20 players. They came up, bought a few players,
Yeah, they're
kept their squad together. Good coach.
yeah, they're in the middle.
Yeah, they're doing well. Good team.
Yeah, I mean, we only beat them 1-0 the other week.
Mm.
So
And there was close. Fulham arguably should have won. It was a hard game.
There you go.
You got Chris Lizard's heat bed yet? AP says, because you're a lizard. Have we got your heat bed yet?
I am a lizard. Yeah.
He's now. Look at his face.
If you be
AP.
careful, I might shapeshift on the camera. So.
And then AP says, "Oi."
That's why I shaved, man. Yeah.
AP says, "Oi, what happened to Man U? We beat you," because he's an Arsenal fan. They did beat us.
Didn't Arsenal lose to Man City?
Well, that's what I was going to say. But we are still in 2 cups.
I just can't wait for footy to start.
I hope Arsenal. Listen, if United can't win the title, I hope Arsenal win it. Because I don't want City to. Footy's starting soon.
Footy's starting. And guys, we're going to be doing a lot of watch-alongs with that, so make sure you guys like and share. Make sure you guys like the video too. Last week when you got 10 likes,
My God.
I was upset. You know,
There's a close friend of mine. First time in the chat. Michael Papa is a real close friend of mine.
Michael Papa.
He's a real good mate of mine.
Is he a hashtag nice guy?
Well, his uncle is actually my brother George's nono. We're like Simbethity.
Right.
Real close friend of mine. He says, "Man, you 2-0 tomorrow." And he says, "Great show, guys. Well done, Mickey. Thanks for coming in, bro.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe." Just 2-0, man. Healthy Giuseppe's in the chat as well.
Giuseppe.
He says, "Hello, boys. Baking away here. I hope you can see me right now." What, are you live?
We should
Is he live right now?
I don't know. Is he? Why can we interface him? Like have a little box and he comes on.
Rob says,
That'd be cool.
"Is the NAB Cup still a thing with footy?"
There's a community series. It's not. They're only going to play 2 games because the season's been extended this year. Because they're playing that round in round 5 where it's over here in Adelaide.
Yeah.
So they're only playing 2, but it's not really. There's no cup.
But they're obviously gonna have friendlies.
They have 2 friendlies.
No, but aren't people gonna have trials against other teams? You got
2. There's 2. There's 2
that's
games.
it. Well, can't they organise trials outside of the NAB Cup, like friendly matches, like they do in soccer?
I don't know.
And then John says Sabitzer. That's who Man United signed in the morning.
Oh, that's nice.
It's why he's a good player.
Yeah.
What are you baking at Healthy Nasty Kitchen? AP says. Yeah, I'm guessing he's baking a sourdough. Oh, he might not be. Last time he was doing croissants on one of the videos and that. He could be baking anything. I tell you, the guy's a genius when it comes to baking. So
he is a genius.
He could be doing anything.
Delicious, guys.
Dude, his sourdough.
Go to our previous podcast after this one and have a look at the sourdough we hate.
Yeah, and guys, and please.
And go buy. Actually, hit him up, and I think he sells them for $8, and they're like this big.
Krillin says chicken pizza, cracking up laughing because he knows Giuseppe said chicken shouldn't be on pizza. But yeah, anyone that's watching, guys, you can see the name there. If you look up Healthy Nasty Kitchen on YouTube, check it out. Good friend of the show, Giuseppe, has got a great show there. You can watch how to bake your own sourdoughs, everything. Champion.
We might actually do a baking show with
We have to. We're doing it. We're
learn how to do it.
Didn't we say we're going to do a pizza off? We're going to make pizzas. Because we got the oven here. We're going to have a pizza off.
We'll do it.
There's actually more, Gen was saying, like unofficial trial matches. That's what I'm saying. They've got to have unofficial.
I don't know. I don't think they do.
Like when they play in Alice Springs, like the Crows will go there and play a friendly.
Well, they've got 2. They've got Port. I don't know about the Crows, but the Port have 2 games. They've got one unofficial one against Freo.
Yeah.
And then one against West Coast, which is a community game. So
Johnny G says, "Why is there an eagle on the couch?" And Krillin's laughing. And then Gen was saying they can do intra-club trials and eagle.
They do intra-club trials. They will be doing that before they go to... I know. See, I'm a Port supporter, so I know what they're doing. But they do have an intra-club trial match.
Yeah.
And then they go play the... they'll go to WA and play Freo and West Coast. And then the season will start. So
yeah, wild.
I'm excited. So that starts at the end of Feb. So... if we're available, we might be doing some watch-alongs, but we will do a big show, an AFL podcast show, previewing the whole season before it starts. So,
yeah, fucking nice.
So check it out, guys.
Giuseppe's laughing. I'm sure it's about the chicken. I do love making my sourdough, he says. Oh, listen,
sourdough's mate. That sourdough's good, isn't it?
His sourdough's amazing.
It's good, and it's good for you, apparently.
It's fucking good.
There's science behind it that tells you it's good for you. So.
He reckons he can call Chris in video. We're not on the laptop, though, because we're not on Chris's. He doesn't even have his laptop out today.
Oh, he call us on here.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, we're going to have Giuseppe back on.
Well, I've got my laptop here, but there's no reason to have it on.
Nah, we're going to have Giuseppe back soon anyway.
We have to.
We're going to wait for the Don to get back from Bali.
I want him and the Don to reminisce about the...
We'll just put him here together and we'll just sit back.
Yeah.
We'll go on the outskirts. Me and you will sit on the team.
We'll just won't even be on.
Yeah.
What else? We were supposed to talk about something tonight.
There's a few things we're going to say about the Australian Open, weren't we?
Yeah. So, Djokovic won that.
Yeah.
I was actually because I'm Greek, so I'm Greek background.
So you wanted Tsitsipas?
Well, I was in 2 minds. I like that. I like that Djokovic won because it kind of stuck it up to all that law that deportation last year, and it kind of and I know Bill Gates was in the crowd, and
I know.
I reckon he did a hand gesture to him afterwards.
Probably.
I don't know if he did though, but I I mean, I know people don't like him, but
Djokovic comes up dead tomorrow. Doing a gesture at Bill Gates.
No, I was happy that he stuck it up to him because like that was bullshit what happened to him. So,
listen, I said this to you.
I know you don't like him.
No, I just don't like him.
I know.
It's got nothing to do with any of the stuff.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
He just does. He rubs me the wrong way. That's just me
That's
personally.
fair enough.
But I don't agree with the law they made last year. By no means do I agree with that he got deported and that. But then I look at it from the other point of view. He knew it was a law, even though it's a stupid law. And he still tried to come here because he thought he's a millionaire, can do whatever the fuck he wants. So both ways.
Yeah.
And you agreed with me. It's like
I do. Because like it's not fair on us being locked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just because he's got money and he can turn around and
I was just happy that like he could.
Listen.
Because I some people were saying he's the best tennis player of all time. Do you agree with that?
No.
That's what I reckon.
I don't agree.
So
no, I don't. Chris is saying it in the background, but that's because Chris is half Serbian.
But that's what they're saying. That's what I was saying on TV. That he's one of the greatest ever.
He is one of the greatest ever.
Is he as good as Sampras, Agassi, and all them?
I don't think he's as good as Pete Sampras. No.
No.
I don't think he's played against the caliber of players that they played against.
He played against Roger Federer.
He's played against Federer and Nadal. Who else has been good in the past 15 years besides them three players? No one. Andy Murray.
No, not that good.
Andy Murray would never. If Andy Murray was playing,
he's all right.
No, but if he was playing back with Sampras, Agassi, Courier, Chang, he would never even get a Grand Slam.
He wouldn't get top 10.
No,
maybe not. Is Andy Murray still playing?
I think he came out of retirement for something recently.
Oh yeah.
He has played against Federer and Nadal, who are two of the best ever.
Yeah.
But there's been them three and then the rest for 20 years. Or, 15 years. Whereas when you look back, like we said, Sampras, Agassi, no one even knew who was going to win a Grand Slam back then. It was so stacked.
Yeah. I just, he's won 10 Australian Opens.
Oh, he's won 22 Grand Slams. He's obviously one of the best.
Yeah. And Tsitsipas, I'm not going to...
Winning the most doesn't make you the best because there's different eras.
I don't want to, bag Tsitsipas, but he had a bad day.
Probably.
Yeah, and...
that's what I'm saying. Not bagging Tsitsipas, but look at the players he's playing in finals.
At the moment, but Tsitsipas has got a long way
No, but you know what I'm saying?
to go.
He's playing him in a Grand Slam final.
Yeah.
If Tsitsipas, he would never have made a Grand Slam final in the Sampras days.
Maybe not.
No way.
He's a good player.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but
but he's not. He's still not that level yet. And I think last year, how he didn't come, I reckon he would have won it last year too.
Maybe
because I think he's better than
maybe.
Nadal.
Yeah, probably.
Nadal's older, isn't he?
I think 2 years. You go back, look at it. We're talking about Sampras and that. Pete Sampras' second serve was 200 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
These guys don't first serve that these days. That's why he was Pistol Pete.
I think what's his name does it pretty quick as well. I remember Philippoussis had a big serve.
He did. But they're back in that day. I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure
Andy Roddick was the fastest ever.
What's the guy that everyone hates?
Kyrgios.
I think
he would have
he's got a big
but
serve.
First serve. I'm saying that was Sampras' second serve.
Oh right.
He was.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, because the second serve is always lower.
It's lower because they don't want a double fault.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I forgot about him. Roddick. There were these guys. Even the Australians at the time. You said Philippoussis, Rafter, Hewitt. There's none of these guys.
Do you remember Hewitt at school?
Yeah.
I thought it was a girl when I first saw him.
Because his hair was. Remember how long it was?
Yeah. I remember.
And he was wearing it in that ponytail.
It used to be with Mr. Smith.
Yeah, he just was huge.
Remember?
Yeah.
He used to come to us.
I know, it was Tripper.
Tripper, man.
Tripper. John says Tissa Pants.
I think he's got a big future.
He will. He'll be probably the next big. Because those guys can't go on forever. Look at Federer. He's retiring.
No. He's definitely going to be up there. It's just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way he won it. Pretty much a big FU to everyone there.
To the law,
basically.
yeah.
To the law and to everyone.
I like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, then in saying I don't agree with the law, but there was a law, and me and you, we all have to abide by the law. So just because he's got money,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yeah.
I didn't like about it.
Yeah.
But
No, was it a good final though? Not really.
I don't know, man.
It wasn't exciting.
I don't like dealing with all of with all of the Serbians, man. When Djokovic wins, you got to hear all the squareheads telling you how good he is, and
Well, you know what was funny? Like Greece has got like heaps of Greeks in Melbourne.
yeah,
There was no Greeks there.
I know
They didn't
supporting Tsitsipas.
They
Yeah,
didn't
I
even
know.
give a shit. But there were Serbs everywhere.
Yeah, I know why. That's the most.
I'm just saying, like
Most Greeks are in Melbourne.
there was no
Australia.
Greek. There was like
Yeah,
one
why?
Greek in the
Why?
crowd.
Why weren't they supporting him?
Greeks, I don't know.
Because Greeks just don't give a shit. Because they probably didn't think he was going to win, and Greeks didn't want to be there dealing with the Serbs.
Probably.
Shout out to the Australian hockey team who have made the semi-finals of the Hockey World Cup. I'm guessing every tournament since 1978. Rob said.
Who?
So they've made
The
the
Australian.
Australian hockey team has made the semi-finals of the World Cup every tournament since '78.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
I used to play hockey.
Did you?
It's a good game.
You need to be fit.
It's dangerous too.
Oh,
I've copped it in
do you know what? I've
copped it in the nose.
Do you know what I've never understood about ice hockey?
No, this is not ice hockey.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about ice hockey. Do you know what
Oh.
I've never understood about it? There's always punch-ups in ice hockey.
Always.
Remember?
And they let you do it.
You know, but what I don't get is, and I'm sorry to the Americans and the Canadians and that, why the fuck do they drop the stick? They always drop the stick and take their gloves off and start punching.
Because maybe it's a cowardly thing. To do
You're
that.
going to a fight, man. You got the weapon, and they put it down.
I think that's maybe a rule.
What do you
Like-
mean a rule for fight? You're not meant to fight.
No, but they fight all the
Fuck,
time.
so if some big dude's coming, I'm going to swing it at him. Do you know what I mean?
That's the.
You've got a weapon in your hand, they put it down.
It's the fastest sport for on your legs.
It would be.
Yeah, it's the fastest.
Greece is either basketball or football, Genwell says. John G says, because he's not Icarian.
He could be.
If he was Icarian, you guys still wouldn't support him because you wouldn't leave the house. Like, it's the dumbest thing of. Hi, KP and Chrissy. How are you and everyone on the live chat tonight from Zakal?
Zakal, legend, how are you, mate?
you?
The big Zach.
John was trying to say that they're not supporting but the Icarians wouldn't get out of the house.
No.
Yeah, but they are not going there. They won't go. We're not going there.
Oh shit. But yeah, no, it wasn't the best final though, as I said before. Like it's only like what he won in 3 sets, so
I didn't watch it.
yeah. I mean, there were some good shots here and there.
I didn't even know the Australian Open was
I
on.
didn't, you know what? I didn't watch any other game, so
I didn't even know the Australian Open was on until Jim said, I'm putting money on Tsitsipas tonight. And I went, well, what is it? And he goes, Australian Open final. I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah. Well, the problem with Tsitsipas is he's been there
He's made a couple
2?
finals, hasn't he?
2 finals.
Yeah,
there,
maybe.
and he just can't. He can never beat. He can never beat Djokovic. But who knows, man? I don't follow tennis that
Nah.
much. So once he goes out of Australia, you don't really.
He said he wants to beat Margaret Court's record for the most Grand Slams by any player. That's what he said last night. So he needs one more to equal Serena. And I don't know. I think Margaret Court's got 25 or something. So he needs 4 more, I think.
Well, he's got more than Federer now.
Yeah, he's got more than he's 22.
Yeah, so his record at the Australian Open is massive,
That's ridiculous.
but Nadal kills him at I think
Roland Garros
at
front. Roland
French,
Garros,
yeah.
French Open.
Nadal kills him there. It's just different. The courts are different as well. The way it bounces.
Icaria needs motivational speakers, John says.
Yeah.
John G can be the first. Yeah, he'll tell him how to not rock up to podcasts.
He'll tell him, man.
Hey, don't rock up to when you tell people you're coming. That's John's motivational speaking.
John would like organize like a fan meet.
Yeah.
And he
And he
won't
won't rock up. You go, we're going to meet the fans tonight, and like there'll just be an empty chair there. John will be like, can we Zoom this?
Yeah, can we use Skype?
That's wild.
Oh, jeez.
That's wild.
I know.
There was one more thing we want to talk about first, wasn't there?
What?
What was it?
So Australia Day was.
Oh, you want to talk about Australia Day? That's right.
Well, Australia Day was last week, and you know, I rang up one of my friends and I said to him, "Oh,
What friend?
we won't say the name here."
Say it. No, don't say the name.
And I said to him, "Oh, happy." He goes, "Happy Australia." I said, "Oh, happy Invasion Day," and it didn't go down too well. So yeah, he said.
I watched this argument unfold.
KP's
I watched the argument unfold and I was cracking up.
Anyway, we won't delve deep into it, but yeah, my view is of the whole day is like if you actually look back in the history and what actually happened to the Aboriginals on that day, it's not very nice. And it's a day of mourning for them. So,
Yeah.
like for me, like if the whole of Australia is not on par to celebrate, if you're if not together to celebrate the nation on one day, if everyone's not together,
Yeah.
then they should change it. So then everyone can be happy together on one day. That doesn't mean that, you know, what happened on that day to the natives
I
of this
think
country.
they should turn around
Alright.
to the natives and they should say to them, to the elders, whoever their spokesperson is, and say, what day would you like Australia Day to be? And if they say, I don't know, 10th of February, well, I'm just whatever, they should say, okay, that's Australia Day now.
Yeah,
And that's it.
that's right.
And I don't think anyone will complain. Then they'll be happy.
They would. You would have people complaining because people are so gripped on the past and so sentimental that they don't want to change it, and that's the problem. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't care. I've got no problem changing it as long as you give us a public holiday for it, and we can celebrate Australia together collectively as a nation, and everyone's happy. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? That's my.
The
But
funny thing is, Captain Cool didn't arrive here on the 26th, John said. I think he means Captain Cook.
no, he didn't. But the first flag went up at Sydney Cove.
What
on the
day did
26th.
Captain Cook arrive here?
He arrived at before. He's before.
Yeah.
But they colonized.
They didn't. They weren't colonized.
They colonized. He wasn't colonized then. They colonized Australia on the 26th,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of Aboriginals died that day.
Yeah.
So they mourn. They mourn that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why we celebrate? Like, how can they celebrate that? They can't celebrate that.
Well, they're not gonna, no, and it's their country.
It's
That's
their
why.
country. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we all live together here.
Yeah.
They're Australians now too. So why can't we celebrate together
Yeah.
in union together? They're not going to ever celebrate that day in unity.
Yeah. I agree. Listen, Rob wrote it here. I said people won't complain. He goes, "What planet are you living on? People complain about everything. There are professional protesters who protest against anything." Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
They'll complain. There's always going to be an argument against it. So
John is saying so they invaded on a different day. Yeah, but they didn't they put their flag up on that day.
yes, correct. So I just don't get why we can't, like, what's the big deal about changing a date? Like, that's what I don't get. If it's going to make everyone them happy, and you know what I mean, like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just change the date if you're happy with it, and then we can all celebrate Australia together. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't bother me. I don't.
It's like
It wouldn't mean anything to me if they changed the date.
it's like, you know what? It's like going to Greece, right? We talked about this, right? Going to Greece, right? And the Greeks celebrating when the Turks invaded.
I know.
That's what it's like. Would the Greeks do that?
I know.
Would the Greeks do that? They wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I think it's, you know, crazy to think the Aboriginals should celebrate that day as Australia Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Oh, yeah. Listen, they are the native Australians. That's why I think they should say to them, what date do you think Australia Day should be? And then if they say we don't want an Australia Day, just get rid of it and make a public holiday as called something else. If they want to celebrate a public holiday on that day, call it, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know. This country, like, deserves to be celebrated. So, you know, like every country.
Well, that's why I think they got to include them and ask them
We have
when.
to include them.
when
They're
they want
they're the ones that were here first. It's their land. They even say it's their land everywhere now. And you watch. There's not much celebration of I'll tell you what's happening, right? So right now, there's not as much celebration of Australia Day as there was years ago.
No.
Okay?
No.
Do you know why? Because what happened to them back in that day or back in those days is all coming to light now.
Yeah, of course.
So when we were growing up at school, we weren't taught those things of what happened, right?
Yeah.
But from 2011, they've been taught, the kids growing up in the schools, about what's really happened. Now these kids now have all grown up.
Yeah.
Right? And they're the ones now pushing the agenda that we should be changing the date. And that's why you don't see as many flags on cars. You don't see parades. How many parades were stopped in, like, I think Melbourne didn't have one.
Yeah, I think so.
Did they have one here? I don't even know.
Don't think so.
But, so I'm saying, like, it's not, you know, people are not buying into it anymore. So why can't we just change the date so everyone's happy?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree. Proponents now bidding for 2 more public holidays in Australia, one for China, Lunar New Year, and one for India. So in a multicultural country, where does it end, Rob's saying? I agree with that.
That's different because they're from different countries.
Hey, lads, all watching from home, God bless, Jimmy says. Hey, Jimmy. John says, change the name, Australia, and the flag, and they'll be happy. I don't know if John's joking, but I think we should change. The Union Jack shouldn't be on our fucking flag. We should, whoever voted against being a republic, I'm sorry, you're cooked.
Yeah.
Why do we attaching ourselves to Great Britain?
Well,
like, we should change the flag.
Well, most people now are like not from Britain here, right? Like a lot of people are from different countries everywhere.
Like,
so we're not, yeah. I mean, it was colonized by them.
Dude,
in the beginning, I guess.
Cyprus was under British rule when my dad was born, and none of the people there were there, God blessing the Queen. In front of people when they had to love the Queen, they did. But when they were all at their homes, they were like, fuck England, they've invaded our country. Yeah. But us, we're like, oh, we love them.
Yeah, I know. Well, not everyone.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Obviously, when the votes, we've had a referendum twice.
Yeah.
And it's failed twice.
Well, if you looked at what you know, no disrespect to like anyone from England in the chat, because it's not about the people.
No,
it's about the government and the.
But it's not about anything
crown.
now. It's about what happened years ago.
Yeah, but it's about the government and
of
the crown.
Course
That's what
it
it's
is.
about. So,
yeah.
And what they did when they came here was bad, and they've done that to not just Australia. They've done it to Cyprus. They've done it to India. They've done it to
everything.
A lot of countries. This British company or whatever they were called, right? And we still bloody bow to them.
Rob says Union Jack is on the flag of 15 countries at the moment. That has to change. Perfect opportunity with a new monarch. Yeah, Charles could do something about that, couldn't he?
He could. And he'd be probably more loved.
I'd be loved, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, if they did a referendum now, I reckon we'd be a republic.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think we would.
I'm not sure.
Well, you look back.
What does that mean for Australia, though? Like, does it mean...
We have a president.
I know,
Would be a prime minister that bows down.
Would it be better for Australia, though?
Well, I think so.
So, see, I don't know what the British do for us. What do they do? Is there, like...
I don't know.
They give us money
Man United are from there. I know that. What? Where? Where are they giving? What do they do?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, why are we still associated with
It's nothing. People were saying we love our queen. That's why they voted for it back in the day. Had nothing to do with money, governments. No.
Isn't it like having people don't want dictators?
No, but then it cracks me up because then when we play England, like in the cricket, our whole country hates them.
Yeah.
But then we want to be under their
rule.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's weird. It is weird. But humans are weird.
Look at America. I don't know what year the Declaration of Independence was, but they were under British rule. They got their independence.
Yeah.
And look at the history it's had. How many presidents?
Oh, you mean America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying, look what happened with them. They got their declaration. Why can't we have that?
That's true. But what? So
Republic Ireland are the Republic of Ireland now. They're not part of Great Britain. They've got their, and they're next to them. They've got their own. You know.
Maybe they're scared that if there's a war, that the British then won't back us or something. I don't know.
Are they even strong now?
We're not strong.
You know, but are they?
Oh, you know what? We got the best like air force and that.
But I don't know, like army wise, are Britain
Navy.
even strong anymore? I don't know.
But we've got no troops here.
Probably not. 1776, Rob. So yeah, USA. There you go. So
Yeah.
are they even strong army-wise? In the
British,
end,
I don't know.
even if we're not under their rule, we're still going to be allies with America. We're not going to lose.
No,
None of that's going to change. You're still going to be allies
correct.
because we're not going to change our stance on who we support. Like with under, UN and all that. Like,
Be interesting. Maybe not in our lifetime, but maybe for our kids.
there's been a referendum in it, but I wasn't old enough to vote. I
No.
don't think
No. Do you reckon there'll be another one?
there has to be.
Has to be.
What would you vote for? Independence?
Yeah, Republic.
Yeah, I would.
I would.
I just don't see why not.
I want to see the for. Like, what's your like? I don't know what the for and against are. You know what I mean? Like, how's it gonna impact people? Like, why are we still part of
You
it?
know what would annoy me though? Now, in the day and age we live in now, they would like put it on Facebook or something. Oh, someone design a flag for us, and it would be this shittest flag.
I know. That's the only bad part. You're like, they can just put HFD on it. And be
But that's what they'd do these days. They would, wouldn't they? They'd be like, someone write us a national anthem and design us a flag and enter a competition.
it'll be 100%.
That's what they'd do.
100%. It would be.
Let's do a petition to get back Chris C's beard.
Yeah, it's coming back, guys. It's coming back.
Australia could not defend its borders in need to be too few people for too large continent. Rob's saying.
That's true because I've got a cousin that's in the army, and he tells me that there's not many troops here, like ground troops, and he reckons that conscription is very likely in the next few years because they've got no one.
I've broken my leg. They won't put
Like
me in.
he reckons they've got the best of the best, like in personnel.
Yeah.
In personnel.
Well, apparently our
but
SAS Marines
not-
are the best. Yeah.
Yeah, but they haven't got enough.
Best trained, but
Best
not.
trained?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not enough of them.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because no one's joining the army here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are lazy here, man. Everyone's lazy.
Well,
Everyone
Australia has
is
a very
lazy.
laid back attitude.
Yeah,
And
but then
that's why people like in all walks of like you see in the UFC, right? Like the UFC people don't like Volkanovski and Whitaker and that because they think they're arrogant, but they're not. It's just that Australian carefree
Yeah.
attitude. You can see it when you're an Australian and you watch them talk. You get it. You're like, that's just us. That's how we are.
Yeah.
But people think they're being arrogant. And
No, but like the young people don't want to work.
no, that's what
So
I
a
mean.
lot of the foreigners that are coming over here are working.
Of course.
And they get pissed off that they're taking the job. It's like, yeah, but you don't want to work, mate. I've
How
got
long's
my
that
mate.
been happening for though? What
a lot.
My
Yeah.
dad came here in the 60s.
It's happening a lot now.
Yeah, but I'm
mate.
saying my dad came here in the 60s and worked, and it was the same thing then.
Yeah, and then they
They
get
complain.
Pissed, they complain that these guys are getting their work. It's like,
And that
but
they've
you
got more
don't-
money than them.
But mate, you don't want to work. So what's your problem?
Jimmy says he's a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, I know. But that's
that's
like
the way it
Rob
is.
said, people, no matter what, will complain about anything. Like, they don't want to work, but then if someone gets that job, they'll complain that
Yeah.
someone has got that job that's not Australian. Because that's just how people are.
All right.
People are so... I don't even know what the word is. It's just...
You can tell,
fucking
man.
stupid, really.
If you just look around you, look who are taking all the jobs. You see,
Yeah.
they're not Aussies.
Giuseppe says, I love the green screen / fire pit. So cool. It's a real fire, Giuseppe. Stop telling everyone.
I'm actually a bit hot right now, but turn the aircon
Yeah,
on.
no, it's good. I like it. It's good. You know who's I love, man? That one that you showed me, the wrestling guy.
Interesting.
He's got the fan. The guy, what's his name?
Oh, JD.
His background
It's killer, right?
rocks, man.
Yeah, but he's done. They get that.
They've made that. He's had it
professionally done.
Dude, that's cool, man.
I know a guy that can do it for
But
us.
the way he's got the fan going, it's like a pub in the
yeah,
background.
it's like a bar.
That's the best.
call it-
His is really good.
Yeah. No, we can get one.
Yeah, no, you can get it made.
You can get it made. Yeah. I don't know how much it costs though.
Oh, well. But his is really good, man.
Mm.
I love how it's just got that fan going.
Yeah.
And the bar, you know.
The bar, yeah.
Something like this would be good, just, like a bar. It'd be cool. We'll look into it.
We'll look into it, guys.
But it's good. Thank you, Giuseppe. Thank you.
It's like we're in a nice little cozy.
We are. It's close. We're in a cabin in the woods. Not like the movie. So. Or hopefully not anyway. That movie's crazy.
But
it's
yeah.
good.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to bring that up because,
Yeah.
we could have done the whole podcast on it last week, but I forgot about it.
Yeah. Because we were actually live the day
but-
before, weren't we?
We were live the day before, so. But to me, yeah. I forgot it was Australia Day, man. Until that come up.
I'm the same.
But,
I hate how they give us and then there's a public holiday Thursday. And then you got to go back to work the next day. It's like, man, just give us,
Mate,
it every year. Just celebrate it on whatever, but make the public holiday the Friday. So everyone can just have a long weekend.
Well, you know what?
Or the Monday.
The Friday, how many people would have called in sick that day?
I took the day off.
Sick leave would have been through the roof.
But that's what I'm saying, like, because everyone's going to do it anyway. So just...
Yeah. Sick leave would have been through the roof.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, well, in saying that, guys, we talked about the Australian Open. We talked about Australia Day. We talked about some knob going 253 kilometres on the north-south motorway.
We're talking about the Eagle landed.
We talked about the Eagle landing.
If you want to go back and if you missed any of it, guys, just go back and listen.
Rob says, and New Zealand PM, why did Jacinta quit? My dad told me she resigned.
And you see what the new guy said?
Has someone been put in?
Yeah, some other guy. And he's like, okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to come and find everyone that hasn't had a COVID vax, and we're going to go in and we're going to find you guys and you're going to take it.
How?
That's what he said. I haven't got the clip, but look it up. It's like, how can they do that? It's
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, look it up, man. The King of the North, he sent it to me. So
hasn't he ever seen the movie Once Were Warriors? He's going to go to Jake the Muss and try to give him a COVID vaccine. He's going to beat the shit out of him.
He's like, I'm Jake the Muss.
I'm Jake the Muss. And he's just going to like kick him with his steel cap and just...
I don't know, man. It's really weird over there. Like, that wouldn't happen here. Well,
Zakal said Lionel Messi is going to Saudi Arabia to join Ronaldo's team. Is that true, or are you just lying to me?
No way. No way.
That's not true, is it?
No. Why would he go if he's at PSG, man? He's got still currency.
He's probably getting as much money at PSG as he will get in Saudi Arabia anyway.
I'd love to see Ronaldo. Not Ronaldo. I'd love to see Messi in the EPL.
Listen, I don't think it's working out for
club.
Ronaldo at the moment at Saudi Arabia. He's not playing well.
No, he's not.
Yeah, but if Messi went there, it's going to be like you playing in the backyard with your 2-year-old kid.
It's just because the Saudis got so much money.
I know, but
it's because they got so much money.
It's going to be like a cakewalk for the guy.
Well, did you see they played against the All-Stars team and he scored a goal in the first 2 minutes?
And then probably subbed himself off. Listen, I don't know if that's true, Zakal, but
I don't think so.
I don't think. There's a lot of rumours all the time about Messi.
There's always rumours and always...
I would have loved to have seen him in the EPL in his pomp.
Did he ever get close to coming?
Don't think so. Why would he? He was at Barca. They were the best team in the world.
Yeah. Would he ever come for one stint?
Maybe, but I mean, he's getting old.
Getting old now.
Listen, people saying, he would never be able to do it in the Premier League, but by his stats in the European Cup against English teams, he's the best against them.
Oh, okay.
He's like torn Arsenal apart. He's torn Chelsea apart. United. So what makes you think he couldn't cut it in the league?
He would.
If he did it against the best English teams.
What team would sign him, though?
Not now.
No.
City. They don't know. No one has the money. Messi now just winning. You know how much he'd be worth? This could just win the World Cup.
But just to play for the best league in the world would be cool.
But he'll say in his mind when he was at Barcelona that was the best league in the world because they were winning everything.
Yeah, but EPL's.
Oh no, but he'll just say that. He'll say I played in the best league in the world, and I was the best.
Yeah, but what's got more eyeballs on it? EPL.
I think it does. It's got more viewers, but at the time, I mean, Barcelona were, and it was probably a technically better league.
But they had killer players on.
They did, but so other teams were good too. Like,
who did he play? Did he play for Real Madrid as well? No, that was Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Oh, they would have had some good games against each other.
They did.
Yeah.
El Clasico.
Is that what they used to call it?
That's what the derby's called.
Oh.
Like the West
Madrid versus Barcelona.
El Clasico.
Jeez.
Remember the doubts they had about Zlatan, who's going to afford a Messi at 50 million a year, Rob is saying. Who's going to afford him at 50 million a year?
Yeah, true. But, I mean, could he win you a A league.
In Saudi Arabia, he could.
But could Ronaldo win you a league in Saudi Arabia?
Oh, well,
No.
he's not playing well. Oh, the cat's come back to say hello.
Hey,
He'll
cat.
make another appearance. That's Akeem. I don't know if we'll see him. Do we get to see him? We saw
you'll
his...
see him.
Hey, he's coming to you.
Hello.
He's coming to say hello, man.
Hello.
Akeem has made an appearance on
Akeem.
Chris's laptop.
Loves it.
He's having a smell of the coffee.
Loves the coffee.
He loves it. He just gets involved.
This is a
We're a pet-friendly podcast.
pet friendly.
All right. So in saying that, we've talked about all that stuff.
Actually, it goes with the fireplace.
It
the
does,
cat.
man. It does.
Yeah, it does.
In
Cat-
saying that, we've talked about all those other things.
But while we're here,
You've
for
got an actual topic that you put up tonight, didn't you? It was your idea, this topic.
It was. Oh look, there it is.
There he is. Now we're seeing it.
Now we're seeing
What's the topic at hand?
Topic is social media distracting? Is it distracting?
Is it a distraction? Is it distracting?
is it a
Whatever.
distraction?
Either way you want to put it.
Well, is it?
100% it is. I
Well,
think
we're distracting people now.
we are.
Sorry, guys. I meant to.
We are. Jess is
But,
saying, "What a guy," about the cat. I think he's over there. You can't see him at the moment, but he's just sitting on the armchair, just sniffing Chris's keys.
Probably because
But
we've got a cat at home. That's pretty-
He's off screen, just chilling now. It's hilarious.
But yeah, you see, like I don't know, like my life's changed with social media because, like, during the day you're on social media.
Yeah.
But I mean, running a YouTube channel, you're always on there anyway.
Yeah.
Like on Facebook. I know you're not on Facebook and Insta and that, and TikTok. But when you're doing like something like we're doing, and you gotta keep pumping content out every day, it kind of gets addictive, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you start to scroll on stuff, and then it's like you just want. People just want to be stimulated with information, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And then you get just hooked on it. And people just, people can't live without it.
So what?
And then it distracts you from like what you're supposed to really be doing, or whatever that is.
Yeah.
It can distract you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
I
mean, a
agree.
lot of things can distract you. But like social media, is definitely
What do you reckon is the worst platform?
the worst.
Which one don't you like them?
Out of what, like Facebook and that?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
I think
Twitter.
Facebook, the actual Facebook, is shit.
Yeah.
But like the videos are good.
Yeah.
Like they're reels. But that's about it, really. Just the reels. That's it. But the rest of it, the only thing I like about Facebook is that you can keep in contact with like friends.
But now, see, Jess was saying that's what it was good for back. But now you can do that on Snapchat,
You can.
WhatsApp. You don't need Facebook anymore, do you?
Well, you can post stuff on Facebook and it stays in your page.
So you know what I don't like about Facebook? And please, no one take this offensive. Facebook to me, for like 90% of the people on there, it seems like it's like a big dick measuring contest. It's like, I did this. No, I did this. Oh yeah, I did this. And I did this.
Yeah.
And then like you say you did something and they're like, oh, that's shit. People comment on it. It's like, it does my head in.
Like I used to post like, oh, happy birthday to my son, that, but I don't do that anymore because I'm gonna go see him anyway.
Giuseppe says TikTok is by far the worst. TikTok is terrible because it hooks you in.
True, but I enjoy TikTok.
Yeah.
Like because you get now. There's a lot of misinformation on there as well.
That's what I don't like about it.
But there are some good stuff. Like
Yeah.
Amanda's found a lot of good stuff that she's tried at home from TikTok. So there is good with everything out there. There's good and bad,
Yeah.
and you just gotta make sure you can filter that shit out.
Yeah.
But TikTok can be bad and the algorithms, the way they work. If you start to like stuff that is shit, it's gonna show you more shit.
Yeah. Rob
what I mean?
says in Rio, when he went there, him and his brother saw 4 guys, tourists, new to Rio, sit at a cafe, all on social media, not talking to each other or taking in the World Cup atmosphere, just sitting on their phones.
Yeah, see, that's the sad part. Like, we're supposed to enjoy the atmosphere. Now, when we were growing up, we never had that.
Well, that's what I was going to say to you. What?
Do you think it's different from the back? Like, how different is it now?
Way different.
It wasn't it, and we thought differently too.
Ugh.
Do you know what I mean? We weren't thinking, oh, what's the next Facebook post or.
I didn't care. Who gave a shit? No one gave a shit.
No.
I didn't care about what.
And the thing is, people think they know everything now.
100%.
Where before,
I think they still thought it before. It's just there wasn't a place for them to put it. There wasn't a place for them to post
No.
everything they think they know.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and those posts you see on Facebook sometimes about, oh, I'm upset about this. And
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, dude, well, like, we don't want to hear it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like
We don't want to see it.
it's like a contest of who can put the most shit on there sometimes.
Yeah,
That's why I don't like it.
people think they can just say whatever they want on social media and then not get away with it.
Yeah.
That's another thing. The consequence. There's no consequence sometimes.
I agree. Rob says, I love YouTube, lots of how-to videos. And I'm going to go straight off the bat and agree with Rob. My favorite is YouTube.
Long format content is good.
It's just my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah. Is that because of long format?
No, but it's because you can choose. You have to search pretty much what you want to watch. So you're not getting drawn into...
They do.
They do,
but not as much.
Not as much, because it's pretty much you subscribe to something if you like it. If you don't like it...
No, you can get off it.
That's right.
All the shorts are
the
taking
shorts
over.
are a bit like that, but still, the shorts that are coming up to me are all my Man United ones. And
yeah, so the algorithm picks what you want to watch for that. But
Mr. Lachlan says, hi, guys. Hello, Mr. Lachlan. How are you?
Mr. Lachlan, great to have you in the chat. But yeah, I like YouTube as well.
Yeah, YouTube's my favorite.
I don't like some of their guidelines. Like some of the guidelines are shit. Like you can't say this and that.
100%.
That's why Rumble's probably gonna get.
Rumble will be good.
Rumble will be good,
Yeah.
but yeah, as a whole, I think YouTube is good.
Yeah.
Instagram, just pictures really.
I've never had an Instagram account, so
It's popular. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So that's why we're
it's
on
good
it.
to advertise your shows.
Yeah. That's why we're on it. So but I
Same
think-
with Twitter. You can advertise things, can't
I think
you?
Facebook. I just think their interface looks shit and
It's so plain, isn't it?
it's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring. But people are still on there, guys.
See, Jess brought up another one. This was the Facebook before Facebook. Did you ever have a MySpace?
I did. And that was just like, it wasn't like Facebook though.
No, but it was like the first, wasn't it? It was like
It was
the
good
first.
actually. I liked it.
People liked that more. I don't know why.
It was more like pictures and stuff like that. But yeah, it just didn't take off.
Yeah.
I remember
It was popular at one stage.
I remember I had MySpace, and then like you hear in the background, oh, have you heard of Facebook?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this
What's this Facebook shit?
Yeah, didn't know. And then like you obviously get an account, and then just fucking starts.
Yeah.
But yeah, once it starts, then all these other ones just started. So, but it definitely is a distraction. Like,
Oh, yeah.
people get like as Rob was saying, people are sitting there and they're not actually, enjoying.
Yeah.
The,
Aside from distractions and all that, what I don't like about them all is, all these. I don't know what's the right word to put it. I'm just going to say it how I want to say it. There's all these sickos out there that can go groom kids on Facebook and, and that's what I hate about them. Because where is the policing of stopping these people doing shit on Facebook, Twitter, to kids and to just people in general, scamming people. They do it in the chats and...
That's the problem, like, with all that. The scamming's gone through the roof.
Oh, mate.
Especially on WhatsApp. If you've ever got WhatsApp, there's so many scams on there.
No, I don't. I had it
if you
one
got
year.
WhatsApp, be careful.
I had WhatsApp one year for like a soccer chat, and when I wasn't, when we weren't using that, I got rid of it because it was just...
Yeah, heaps of scams on there, and obviously there's...
Does MySpace still exist? I preferred it, Rob said. I don't think so.
I don't know.
No, I don't think it does.
I reckon someone type in www.myspace.com.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, not sure. But
yeah,
I hate that side of things. Like, and like, there's all these people like trying to do dodgy shit on there. Like, when me and Jess were first together, Jess had a Facebook and it said she's in a relationship, and guys are messaging her on there, and she's like, "Oh, I've got a boyfriend," and the guy's like, "Oh, if it doesn't work out, message me." It's like, do you know what I mean? Like shit like that. It's like,
yeah. I mean, Amanda's got a TikTok.
Yeah.
And she's got no videos, and she's got like nearly 100 followers. It's
there
like,
you go.
How?
Yeah, there you go.
You haven't even posted the video.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
why it's weird.
Yeah.
But it's good in some senses. Like if you've got a business, you can make good money with Facebook because you can reach out to people like you haven't reached out before. So through advertising and all that. So that's really, and you can go on a worldwide scale if you wanted to.
Rob says, sorry, over 50% of those that are scammed are after something for nothing. Brackets greed. They deserve everything they get. Yeah, I'm talking more about the grooming. I don't like how they can just, kids can be on there and they can just.
I reckon kids shouldn't be able to go on there.
I agree. I totally agree.
Not.
Like
At a certain age.
I hate now how kids are just holding their phones and they're 10, 12, and they're watching TikTok.
Did you see the government what they did with the phones in the schools now?
Isn't there a ban or
There's a
something?
ban.
For what age? All schools?
I think every school you can't have a phone.
Is that Australia wide?
I think so. But the problem with that is, like, it's good for if parents need to call their kids,
Yeah, but
to see where they are.
did
after
your
school.
parents need to call you when you were that age?
No,
No. That's what I'm saying. So why?
I'm just saying. That's the argument as well.
Well, they can have it in their bag, can't they?
I guess so. I don't know.
Just don't have it. Don't let the teachers see it. After school, get it out if your parents need to ring you.
I think what they're pissed off about is like there'll be a class happening and then you got this guy
Kids on
his
their phone. That's right.
That never happened when we were. I mean,
We played Snake.
Snake at one point, but that was at the end, near the end.
Ooh, Snake.
That was like between
Yeah.
our later years in high school.
It's called proper parenting. Rob's saying. I'm saying about that.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, those sort of people, they find their ways like groomers. You know what I mean?
They do.
They make out they're a little kid, and
Of course, you can be anyone behind this.
That's what I'm
keyboard.
saying,
Yeah,
like-
that's another thing.
that's what I don't like about it. Whereas if you're an adult, like Rob said, and you get scammed or something,
Yeah,
whatever, you're an adult.
yeah.
But kids are not,
I like Snapchat because you can send a snap, and then that's it. It's gone.
yeah.
We use Snapchat.
Yeah.
We talk through.
But we
Snapchat
don't
a
even
lot.
have it set on that setting. We've got our setting that it's there for like
24 hours.
24 hours. Yeah. So we can read it.
Yeah, but we're a group.
Group chat. Yeah.
But if you did something public,
But see, then again, like they do that, groomers will be using Snapchat. Imagine sending shit to kids and it gets deleted.
yeah,
And
true.
as a parent,
But it must not get.
and then as a parent, you never
won't
see
know.
it.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah,
It's fucking bad, man.
yeah, it is. So yeah, no, social media is definitely.
It's more than a distraction.
There's a lot. There's more than a distraction, and if kids are using it at school,
Ugh,
I mean, how are they learning?
I agree.
Yeah, right.
And listen, it's a funny question because we're on it. We are broadcasting on social media right now.
We are sorry, guys.
No, but is
YouTube
social media a good thing?
Is YouTube a social media? It's just a video platform. Really?
Yeah.
You can't really be social on it.
No.
Can
Or
you?
you can talk.
I mean, we're
they're
social.
interacting now. They're chatting now.
Yeah, but that's about it. You can't like. Oh, actually, you can.
You
post.
can message each other. You can
Oh,
post.
you can
yeah.
community post.
Yeah.
But never used to be. Like you can never years ago before old YouTube you could never go live.
Maybe the time has come to have a compulsory subject in school. Social media, Rob is saying.
Maybe.
Teach kids. This can happen to you. This is how things work. Like,
Yeah.
because that's the world we live in. Like,
Yeah. There's so many now. Like now you got like Signal, you got Telegram, you got all these different.
you
ones.
just said two. I've never even heard of.
Exactly, but they're around, and a lot of people use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's other ones too. I remember when we used to have like not MySpace,
ICQ.
ICQ,
Remember
and
them?
Merc. Remember Merc?
Yep.
Merc 30, was it? Merc 32?
Something like that. Yeah.
And we used to chat with people on there. It was just a chat site,
Yeah.
and that was like
It was mind blowing.
because we were chatting to people, right? And Facebook just like changed, but it's changed the world though.
Yeah.
It's definitely like social media is
100%.
like the internet. Like we've talked about how the internet has, but social media is a big part of that.
Oh, big time. Well, yeah, that's what Rob said. Connecting people around the world is a positive thing.
It is.
It's always the few who ruin it. And Jess says, great idea, Rob. I'm saying in regards to the subject, social media at school.
Like I think there's a statistic on how right now how we get distracted. Like I think if you're scrolling through TikTok every 4 minutes you get distracted, or if you're watching something you won't watch it. People don't watch full length content.
Really?
I think it's every 4 minutes they get distracted. That's
Shit.
Yeah, and that's a lot.
So let's say I'm watching Man United on TV.
Yeah.
On average.
On average,
No, I'm just saying, yeah, on average, I would be like distracted every 4 minutes.
Yeah. Because that's how much social media.
And that's like a
is.
worldwide average.
I think so.
Shit.
Mm,
That's ridiculous.
I know. But I mean, you're different because you love.
No, yeah, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah. See, me, if I watch Port Adelaide, I'm watching the whole thing.
I
Right?
don't move.
You know, I don't move. But there's people like most people in the average.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because social media distracts them.
Hmm.
So imagine how many people flunking uni or that because of social
And when
media.
you're a kid, you're so easily distracted. For one.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I did so shit at year 12 because I was watching Dragon Ball Z. The greatest saga ever.
No, but
right?
listen, I've said,
Okay.
how many times have I said it on the show? I'm like, if I went to school now, or like even mid-20s, I would have been a straight A student.
Yeah.
But in my teens, I was so distracted
Correct.
by everything.
I know.
And it wasn't that I was dumb. I was a bad student.
Yeah. So
because I was so distracted of
so
shit.
for kids having social media
On top of that,
imagine how distracted they get.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
makes sense.
Like everyone's on their phones, man. Everyone.
And
All
it should
kids.
be.
All the kids.
Whereas
are-
back in the day, I've said this to you before, we might have played video games and that, but if I wanted to have fun, I went out the front and rode my bike or kicked the ball and
like if I'm chatting to someone like you or something.
yeah. But that's
And the man
different.
that's talking to me.
You don't.
I won't hear
You
it.
don't understand what she's saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're concentrating,
Yeah, that's right.
and that's a typical man thing. We can only do one thing at a
That's
time.
So that's happened a few times, but
Apparently, the average time people check their phones is 110 times per day. WTF, Rob says.
you on your I don't know on the Apple phone, but on the Samsung you can actually go into a thing that tells you how many hours.
Mine tells me every week if
How
I've
many
had
hours?
more or less.
Yeah.
It just comes up a notification. I didn't even set it.
So it tells you how long you've actually
Yeah.
spent on those apps. And
Yeah.
I was doing it with the King of the North when he came, and it was actually concerning.
Like
I was
mine,
like for the week it was like 30 hours. Oh no, not 30 hours. 30 something hours. I mean, and he was like as much as me, and he was like, and we're like, fuck,
Yeah.
like this. We have to actually stop, because and that's the thing. That's what's addictive about it.
yeah, of
You're right.
course. Of
And
course.
with TikTok, you can sit there and just scroll, and you can't get off it.
yeah,
You just can't.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, 100%.
They reckon. You know what they reckon? If you turn off your social media at night, or turn off your phone for an hour before you go to bed,
Mm.
they reckon you sleep better
What doesn't surprise me.
because you're not at your mind's. When you're on social media, especially like on TikTok,
Yeah.
it's still so stimulated. That's why people struggle to sleep.
Yeah.
So-
That makes sense.
And the white light as well. If it's dark around, you've got the
Yeah.
white light on.
See, people do the blue light thing, don't they, on their phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you
So-
mean. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but look, we use it.
Oh, we
We're
do.
we're a
Listen,
pod.
we
We're
are-
we're a YouTube channel. We use it to promote. So that's the good thing about it. We can promote it.
yeah.
People can find us easier. I mean, if we didn't have those avenues, it would be a lot harder to grow. But
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Is it bad for society? I don't know.
Well, I sort of agree with what Rob said. Like, connecting people and that isn't a bad thing. It's the few people that, or not the few. There's, let's say, the
Everyone-
people that ruin it. There's
Yeah.
people that ruin things. Like,
Yeah.
but it like makes you wonder, do you think, like, let's just say people like our dads, like my dad, does he sit there sometimes and think, does he like yearn for those simpler times, because he's lived through times, he's born in the 40s,
Yeah.
lived through all these different generations. Does he sometimes sit back and think, fuck, man, things are so different now. Like, I wish it was just like
I
it
don't
was,
know.
like
Everyone-
it was 30 years ago.
Everyone's different, I guess, and everyone adapts to things differently.
Yeah.
So depends on his character and what he thinks of it. But your dad's always he loves it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, using him as an example.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people, do they turn around like
I don't know.
frustrated because like sometimes older people aren't good at learning phones. Does that frustrate them? Like that's the way the world is.
I think if you put a young person and took them to like 1980s, they'll struggle.
Yeah, probably.
They'll struggle.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would struggle
Yeah.
but to go back to that.
Well, I was at the doctor's the other day, and he goes to me, "Oh, I'm going to give you a prescription," and I got a text message,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "That's your prescription." I was like, "Ah, okay."
And then
Whereas imagine I was thinking in my head, if that was my Bapu, who's passed away,
Yeah.
and he was at the doctor's, and they were like, I mean, obviously he didn't speak that good of English, but just example, they were like, oh, we're gonna send your prescription to your mobile. He would have been like, what's a mobile? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
it's like so.
Yeah, like no. Have you seen the movie Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yes.
And he's like, how do I find you? Like, I'll
Yeah,
email you. She's
yeah.
like, what's an email?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's
100%.
what happened. We grew up like that. Like, we didn't know
Yeah.
what email was.
It was just coming in, like when we were in
When we were
high
at
school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. And
I remember
yeah, like,
dial-up internet, bro.
it's hard to think like we lived in that era, man.
I know, it's so weird.
It's so weird
Because when we were in school, I remember Krillin had a mobile. It was like a 5110,
yeah, I had
and it was
that.
like whoa,
Yeah, so
mind
cool.
blown.
Yeah,
And this
mind blown,
thing could weigh down my car.
I remember the old ones. They were like massive.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that big.
That's what I'm
It's
saying. Like,
even-
no one cared about having a mobile.
And remember car phones?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't have a car phone now.
No, because against the law.
It's against the law. But that was massive.
It
Like,
was
if
huge.
someone had a car phone, that's so cool.
It was so good. Your car was epic.
Yeah, it was so epic.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I used to love car phones.
They were cool. Well, you can still talk on speaker through your car, like now, like through your Bluetooth. Because
I think that's the difference now.
you're allowed to do
But
that.
there was an actual phone.
Oh no, you could pick up and
Yeah, and the old people.
yeah. Oh, it's crazy, isn't it?
Do you remember that?
Oh, I do.
Yeah. But things have just changed, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? The 80s or the 70s, they were just different world. Different,
That's what I'm saying.
different
People that
man.
lived in that times, they like
Different
sit
times.
back and think, "Fuck, I wish it was like that again."
I reckon some people would.
Yeah, I reckon they would.
I reckon. Like,
I remember, being in high school. Sorry, and I think back to it. It did not bother me at all that I didn't have a mobile.
no, but see, no one could find you. Like, say you went somewhere.
It's the best.
If you don't call anyone,
It was the best.
how does your mum or anyone going to know where you are? Like that. But
That was good parenting.
Yeah, but you think about it now, and you think, fuck, like how am I supposed to, like how are you supposed to get in contact with people? You know what I mean?
Well,
You
they
got a phone box
as
and that,
parents, they only went where you wanted them to go, mate.
but I know. But these days, like if you try to think about that, what
Try
we
to
did,
fathom it, yeah.
it's hard to. It's
Yeah.
hard. Like I'm always on my phone checking. Oh, how you going? Like I ring Amanda. How you going, babe? Blah blah blah. You couldn't do that
Yeah.
back then. Do you know what I mean?
Computers just coming in when I was in year 12, Rob said. When he was in year 12.
So that would have been what in the 90s?
Nah, well, Rob is older than us.
Yeah, but like early 90s.
What year were you in year 12, Rob?
So I remember year 10. I've said this on the podcast.
Well,
before.
what year were you in year 12?
It was
I was in year 12, 02. Year 2000. Chris, what year was Krill in year 12?
He would have been like 96.
Well, my brother George is 5 years older than me. So he would have been year 12 around
95.
97. My last year of school, George was 97. So Chris is then another 5 years on top of him. He would have been 93.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Rob was 83.
There wouldn't have been-
That's what I was going to say. Rob would be 80.
That might have been those old Mac.
Yeah.
Old
Rob is
Commodore-
saying 83.
Fuck, forget about it, man.
Just coming in.
Maybe
But Chris was 10 years later.
Maybe the Commodore 64 was back
Yeah,
then or
yeah.
something.
Chris would
But-
have been 93.
I remember when I was in primary school, we had the Commodore 64.
Yeah.
And that was.
Oh, yeah.
That was shit. Like if you looked at it now, you'd think that's the worst fucking computer. I mean, Windows revolutionized it all, but
Dude, in the 70s, late 70s,
yeah.
so my dad was working in the government and IBM had everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And Chris's Nuno said to him, let's buy shares in this new company coming up. And they were nothing. And this new company was Microsoft.
Oh my god.
And instead of those shares, he bought this studio because he had a family.
Yeah.
Didn't have the money, whatever, to put an extra, whatever. Even if it was $500, it would have been,
Massive.
you'd have been a millionaire.
Yeah.
Because the shares went to $200 a share. And they were worth $1 or something then. Like nothing, bro. Nothing.
Imagine you could go back.
And just do that. Just put up, buy the house still, but put $1,000 on it. You would have been.
Yeah. Been set.
But everyone at the time was like, No one's taken over IBM.
It's like Bitcoin, man.
Yeah, of course. Exactly the same.
It's like the internet. No one thought the internet was going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
They were laughing about the internet back in the early 90s.
Yeah, that's right.
Late 90s. And then look at it now.
Everyone then was laughing. They were like, nothing's going to overtake IBM. Because remember when we were in school, everything was IBM. Do you remember it?
And there's Apple.
Yes.
Remember those Apple boxes?
Yep. The Mac thing. They were like Mac. Yeah.
You remember them?
Yeah. And IBM, there was no Microsoft until late. Microsoft come in, was like, remember Windows 95? That was huge.
Massive.
We're like, and then Microsoft just took over.
Well, they had Microsoft DOS.
Yes.
So that was all commands and shit.
That's right. But then when Windows came out,
Windows was like DOS, but like running on the interface.
I know.
And
when
it revolutionized everything.
Windows 95 just.
Yeah, that's right. It was just easy to use.
It's huge.
Because before it was hard.
The Don worked with my wife, Rob said.
There you go.
There you go. I didn't know that.
No, I mean, it wouldn't it be cool to just go back in time and just see these times?
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't it be awesome?
Definitely. It would have been just to
like
to
the last 100 years. It's
how much has changed?
So much compared to the 100 years before. So from 18
to 19, and then
from
1799
1799 to 1899 there wasn't much change. There was it was
the same.
The same.
There was like Western days to
but from 1900 to 2000, huge.
In just the last 20 years, it's been.
That's why I don't understand why though. Like why did it just go bang?
Just better technology.
Yeah, no, but
people
why
inventing things, and
I understand that, but like, why did all of a sudden?
I just don't.
It went crazy
because they probably didn't have the manpower working on those things back then. That's what I reckon.
Don't know. It's weird.
It did. It banged. You're right.
It went crazy, man. Yeah. In that century.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The 1900s to the 2000s. Forget about it.
Definitely went nuts.
You know, not Marty McFly going fucking flying cars.
That's the best. That's meant to be happening right now.
According to Back
to the Future too.
But yeah, Back to the Future, they didn't talk about social media, so
no.
But everything was like, there's things that were better back then, though.
Way better.
Like movies were better.
Movies
were better.
Were way better. Like now, look, as much as we use them, probably because we have to, all these streaming services have ruined Hollywood.
Oh, they have. They 100% have. Well, Blockbuster's gone.
Blockbuster's gone. Because who goes to the cinema now?
No one. I went to go watch Top Gun and there was no one there. On a Friday night.
There you go. I remember going to watch, because obviously we're big Star Wars heads, we went to watch The Phantom Menace opening night at Event Cinemas, which was Marion Megaplex then. So that's, for people that are not in Australia, the Marion Megaplex is the biggest cinema in the Southern Hemisphere. In little old Adelaide.
Wait, is it still?
It still is, yeah, because the amount of cinemas. Because they don't make them like that anymore.
There was like 30.
There's 32 cinemas still.
Yeah, it was huge.
So we went Cinema 1. The lineup went, anyone that knows it like this, it went back.
Yeah.
All the way back to the other Cinema 30 and then back around and was coming out past, and that was the lineup. There wasn't pre-booking tickets. You had to get in. And we were waiting for hours, man, to go watch Star Wars.
That never happens now.
Never.
No.
Never. Now you can just go online, pre-book your ticket.
I watched Air Force One there.
Yeah.
My first ever time.
Yeah.
In '97.
There you go.
On the opening of that new section.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing cinema.
It's the best.
It's amazing.
So good, but who goes?
No one.
Remember when we were young, we were like, yeah, because they do sporting events and shit there now. You can go watch UFC there now. That's how they make money.
They just have it open for.
Yeah, of course. That's right.
I mean, they must not have to pay much for
Remember
it.
when we were young, we were like, let's go to the cinema. We loved it. Do the kids ever say that now?
No, man. No one wants to go to cinema. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Even the drive-ins were cool, man.
Oh, drive-ins rock.
Like, the drive-ins were cool to go to.
They were the best, bro.
You know? And no one's on their phone. Everyone's watching the TV.
The bonnet was hot. We used to lay on the bonnet.
Yeah, and they had the speakers.
The best.
Oh, you could tune it into your radio as well, but you had the speakers. And that's gone, man. Our kids will never have that.
No way.
Will never experience a
driving. Rob says, Chris, 1800s, forensic science, architecture. So it's probably saying that there was changes. We just don't.
There was. Yeah. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, like, between like 1900 and 2000 was like a massive
I think
like
the
technology
change.
just
I
huge.
think the boom happened when the internet became prevalent.
Yeah, but even like in the 50s and 40s, like cars were getting better.
They were,
There was planes.
but you think
was-
about it. Cars probably from the 50s to the 70s didn't change much,
no,
but they would have changed from the 20s to the 50s.
no, but yeah, they're still in the 70s and the like
Whereas-
they had planes.
Whereas cars from the 80s till now,
Oh yeah, of course.
fuel injection,
Yeah, I know.
like next level changed.
I'm just saying the technology we have now.
Yeah, I know.
Is
It's
like
crazy.
nothing. Like
No,
if you went back to 1970 in a time machine, so you
Yeah.
could, they'll trip out, man.
Imagine-
They'll trip out.
Imagine buying a car now and it doesn't have an electric window.
You can't. Remember this? Dude, every car's electric windows now.
Yeah. I
So
think
are they trying to make us lazy or what?
But like, do they make cars with manual
I
windows
don't
anymore?
know. I've never seen one.
Dude, you know what cracks me up the most? I haven't had a car like this yet, but I know they're there. Like, what cracks me up is people that close their boots by pressing the button.
I haven't got one of them yet.
Like, they're trying
That's
to...
how lazy.
Yeah, no,
people
but
get,
like, it was just so hard to go like this.
man.
Oh, what the fuck?
I think it's more for like if you're in the car. And
Yeah, no, but
and you can press.
I
it.
see people put their shopping in and then they go like this.
Yeah, that's
And the
ridiculous.
boot closes. I'm like, what the...
That's ridiculous.
Close the boot, bro. Like, seriously. You're right. How lazy is that?
Yeah, it's lazy. I don't know why.
We're so much like. Do you know?
So much
I
lazier.
always say this to John. Like, we talk about like our dads and that, right? Like, and I'm like, mate, for whatever reasons, we don't have the work ethic that our dads had.
Not back then,
No way, man.
unless you're Korean.
My dad, yeah, but even John's dad's a career mate, and the guy worked like a dog.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
my dad, I never remember him taking a day off, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, ever. And we would get home from working 7 till 5, not 9 till 5 at the government. Get here, get us ready, and we'd go to our shop, and then he'd work all night,
That's crazy.
get up in the morning, go, and do it, but 7 days a week.
I mean, look, there are probably some people out there that work like dogs now.
Yeah,
don't
no,
get me
but
wrong,
like, we just,
it's not
as a
much.
society, we just don't have that work ethic
No.
anymore.
And people get paid better now.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, I think they do. Not,
course
not,
they do.
Not everyone.
But yeah, it's, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just don't have that in us.
No.
As a society. I don't
No.
mean us per se. Like, you know, I just mean as a society.
Most people that I know just work the one job and that's
Yeah,
it. There's
9
no,
till 5, if that.
I know Amanda. She used to when we were living in Perth. She used to work she used to go to the night shift as
Yeah.
a carer,
Yeah.
right? So she would start at like 10 o'clock at night, finish at 8 in the morning. Then she would stay up and she would used to cook for a old Perth people, like cater for them every not every, I don't know if it was every day, but she used to make the food for them. So lunch, a dessert,
Yeah.
and all this stuff. So she used to come home from work, get that all organized, and then had to deliver it. Right? Imagine how tired she was, man.
Oh, she would have been finished.
I know. So, like, there are people still working like
Oh,
dogs,
of course.
but I think it's not as many.
No way.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you had have said, till we use him as an example, like my dad back in the day, why are you working this hard? He would have just, it wouldn't even have questioned it. He would have just said, yeah, I have to.
Yeah. That's right.
It wouldn't have even been a thought of how can I get a day off.
That's right.
Whereas us, we'll be wanting that day off straight. Like you said, my dad, it would never have crossed his mind last week when he was working on Friday to take a day off after the public holiday. No way. He would have got back up the next day and went to work.
And then most people have taken them off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. Like, it's...
But as I said, man,
Times have just changed, haven't
times
they?
have changed, man. Times have changed now. I don't know.
And social media has a big part to play in that.
Distractions. Everyone's distracted, bro. Everyone just wants to be on their phones.
Whereas, you know, like I remember, like you to catch up with people back in the day, you had to go catch up with them.
Yeah. You couldn't just like.
Now people Zoom and do all this, whereas you had to get up to go visit your friends or family.
Well, people used to have pen pals.
Yes.
No one's a pen pal anymore.
No way, because just message.
That's right. You know,
Like you, like
that was social media. Pen
it
paling.
was, yeah.
That
true.
was.
That was like DM, like direct messaging. That's hilarious.
You know the problem is as well now. Everyone wants everything done fast.
Yes.
Everyone wants everything
Everyone
done now, right now, right? And
Everyone wants everything yesterday. That's how they
correct.
want it.
I know.
It's true. No one's patient.
No one's patient. No, and you can tell by the way people drive.
Yeah.
You can tell what
253 kilometers per hour.
just people, man. Like just people. Do you reckon people are more rude?
Yes. Rob said that once on the show, didn't he? Is it the Gen Y? Is that what they're called now? That or Gen Z,
No,
whatever it is.
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
We're Gen Y.
Yeah, he goes, Gen Z is just so rude. Like they're just,
Some
and
of
I
them
don't
are.
even think they mean to be. They're just like that. They're just like look at you like.
Yeah. We're Gen Y.
Is that what we are?
We're millennials.
Why? Because we were born in the 80s.
Yeah, like we're like on the
cusp.
on the front side.
Well,
of
we
it.
grew up in the 90s though. We had a lot of our years.
Yeah, but we're still classified as millennials
Yeah, we were teenagers.
because we were kids when the millennium
Yeah.
went through.
Still, I was a teenager at the millennium.
teenager,
You
yeah.
were 17.
I was.
Yeah.
I was actually.
That's.
Yeah, I was 17.
Yeah, you would have been because
Yeah,
I
I
was
was.
15. I was a teenager.
17. Yeah, I was. I was that year 2000.
Half my teens were in 90s and.
I was still at high school in 2000.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, me. Yeah,
Well,
I
the
was
class of
too,
2000.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Waiting for the Y2K bug.
That's what we did. We went to the
kill us.
bay because we thought it was, but no one cared. We were like, yeah, it's going to end wild. like now, there'd be all these theories because we didn't have the internet for anyone to feed us.
Imagine the theories that would have had it back then.
If the internet was like it is
2000.
now in 2000, oh my days.
It would have been bad.
You would have had to turn your phone off because of the shit you'd be hearing.
Yeah.
It would have went. Could you imagine it?
Well, it was bad just without it. I remember hearing about the Y2K.
Yeah, but could you imagine if the internet was happening?
Yeah.
Do you know the PSN network had a Y2K bug, but 2 years later? I was telling you about it. Yeah, so it was a bit later. Whenever it was PS3 was the first console that was online gaming, right? And interacting, and the interface didn't know how to deal with a leap year.
Oh.
And the first leap year of the millennium, I don't know when it was, 02, 03, whatever it was, it didn't know how to deal with it.
Oh, right.
And the PSN network crashed for over a month. You couldn't.
There you go.
Because it didn't. And they said what happened to it was like what they were saying Y2K. Everything. Remember they were saying everything will click over and it will go 000.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what happened to the PSN network. And it went because it didn't know how to deal with the leap year.
All right.
And it was offline for like a month and a half.
Yeah. So that could have happened.
Could have, but
I mean,
obviously
it wouldn't
didn't.
have, like, people think it would have destroyed the world, but it wouldn't have.
Here, I'll read a few.
They reckon grids were going to,
Yeah, I know.
the grids were going to shut and stuff.
Rob says, I was abused verbally for letting a female on the bus before me. Apparently, my courteousness was insulting. Oh, my God. So it must have been 04, Rob, that I'm thinking about, because he goes, it was a leap year in 2000. So it would have been 4 years later. The PSN network didn't know how to deal with it. And it just... See, did you hear that? Rob goes, I was abused verbally for letting a female on the bus ahead of him, he said. Apparently his courteousness was insulting.
Why?
Because he was being nice. It was like insulting.
Was this recently?
When was this from? Jess says, geez. Rob goes, I worked on a Y2K project. People were really nervous. There you go.
Yeah, I guess like
That's ridiculous what Rob said.
that's
You're
what's
being
happening.
nice.
Yeah, why? Because now there's that double standard. Like people.
But you're just being nice.
Yeah, I know, but
You're grown up to be a nice guy, or a nice woman, whatever.
but that's
nice
like
person.
saying, oh, why? Like they're saying he's what the chick's probably thinking, or don't treat me different to a guy, which is wrong. I
Who's saying Rob wouldn't let a guy in before him?
no, but the way we've brought up is to let.
No, but what I'm saying is, how does she know that Rob wouldn't let a young dude in?
Would you let a young dude in? I
I
would.
don't know. If they were just walking, I wouldn't. If they were rude,
If it was a girl, I'd go for
if it was an older guy, I'd let him through. I'll let elderly
and women. I always used to let them through because it's
because you've been taught that.
It's courteous.
Yeah, it's courteous. That's what Rob's saying. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but I know. But they will think, oh, you should treat me the same as you would a man. Do you know what I mean? because that's what we're living in this society now. That we're all equal.
Oh, of course.
You know,
KP 75K tickets to LeBron breaking all-time points scoring game. If Buddy breaks all-time record, unlikely. How much should it be? Well, who? Buddy Franklin? He'll never break Lockett. Is that what you're saying? He would never break Lockett's record. He won't.
What for goals?
Well, he said there's $75,000 a ticket for LeBron to break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. He goes, if Buddy breaks the all-time record, unlikely. How much should the tickets be? And I don't even think you can think about it because it would never happen. They've known LeBron's going to break Kareem's record for... They've known it's going to happen.
Depends how long Buddy plays for.
He still won't do it. I don't think he'll do it. How old is he?
Oh, he's old.
30. He's my age?
Yeah. No.
37?
Not your age.
How old is he? Let's search.
It's probably like 34, 35, maybe. No, I don't think. I reckon he's only got a few years left. I reckon
he's 36. He's a year younger than me.
I reckon this year's his last year.
He's 36.
Yeah, I know. This should be his last year.
Well, that's what I said. He's close to my age.
I reckon he should have retired this year.
He will have to kick. He's only just broke 1,000. Doesn't Lockett have 1,300 or something? 1,400 or something like that?
How much does Locker have?
Might be 1,230 or something, actually. But he will never get another 230 goals. He will have to play
another 5 years, at least.
Longer, because he goes only 40 goals a year now. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20.
No, he won't do
24. 6 years he'd have to play.
He won't
just to get close.
Won't do it.
And that's saying in 6 years, in your 40s, no injuries.
No injuries, nah.
Won't do it. He'll never get...
And he won't get a contract for that long, man.
But they've known, in LeBron's case, they've known for 5 years that he was going to be the one to break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. They've been saying that for years.
Yeah, but it's a different game.
Because he plays...
When he plays and
he doesn't get injured.
No.
They've known that.
It's a different game, man.
That's been...
You don't get injured like you do.
LeBron was always going to play to break that record because that's the one record he can have that they can say Jordan doesn't have. And I think that's true. Once he does it, he'll probably retire, I reckon.
Probably. But
it still makes no difference because...
it won't change.
No, it will never... But it will never change anyone's because in the end, when they look at it... In basketball, it's different. You should look at points per game. And the two guys that are at the top for the highest average points per game are Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
They're at 30-something per... The only two that average 30 a game their whole career. LeBron's in the 20s, 22. But it's just he played longer. If you play another 10 years longer, of course you're going to break the record.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
That's what I like about Jordan, though. Like, he didn't have to play forever.
Yeah, and he's still in the top 5.
That's right.
Like, because he was top 3 at one stage.
But I reckon Franklin be finished. I reckon this year will be done.
Glenn was saying, just asking how much do you think the tickets should be if it was to happen?
Well, not 75K.
Well, because basketball's bigger for one, and Buddy is not in the stratosphere of LeBron James.
No.
But then again, I think it's stupid because Cristiano Ronaldo broke the all-time goals record for goals, and the tickets were the same. They weren't any different. Why should they be more? Just because
I wouldn't even pay.
No.
I wouldn't pay nothing to go see
I think that's ridiculous.
I wouldn't even watch it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Port supporter. I don't give a shit what any of
No, but I'm talking about like LeBron. Why should the tickets be so expensive just because it's going to break a record?
I wouldn't pay that. Would you pay $75,000 to go watch that?
No fucking way.
You can watch it
Well,
on
that's
TV.
what I'm saying. Like, if you talk about it, Ronaldo broke a record of goals, and the tickets were no different. It was just a normal game. They were no different.
I don't think the tickets were different last year when he scored the 1,000.
No. They wouldn't have been.
No.
That's just Americans being... That's crazy.
I mean, if you want a front row ticket, maybe it might cost you that.
Front row tickets for Los Angeles game is probably in the thousands anyway.
Floor seats.
And that I don't even think you can buy them because there's front row seats. Jack Nicholson has had one for 30 years. All those actors have got.
Oh yeah, so like
for
reserved.
The Staples Center, it's reserved. Yeah. They've got them bought for years.
But who cares? Like, it's just him scoring a goal. I don't give give me. I'd rather see a championship.
Yeah.
Than that.
Yeah. So would I. Yeah, 100%.
Like those records mean shit to me. Like,
Genwu says, and scoring is much easier now. It is, now. It's way more easier than when Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. They used to make rules specifically for Wilt and Jordan to stop them scoring.
Would LeBron be as good as he is now if he played back then?
I mean, it's hard to say. Probably. He's talented and he's big.
Yeah.
He would have been a different player. He would have been like Karl Malone. Like he's big.
Carl Malone was good.
So I'm sure he would have dealt with it, but
Yeah. But would he have been as good as
probably
Jordan?
not as dominant. No.
No.
Jordan was a better player, I think. Yeah,
There was a lot of good players back then.
everywhere.
Like even that guy from Utah Jazz,
Yeah, Malone and Stockton.
Stockton.
That was
good.
the two of them.
Yeah.
Carl Malone and Stockton.
That was the white dude.
Yeah, the point guard.
Yeah, he was good.
They inflated it a bit for Franklin's 1000s. Again, we're saying, yeah, probably.
Oh, did
Maybe
they?
a little bit, but
Yeah, but how much? Like we talking?
years. Probably not like that. Like
Not
I said,
$75,000 to watch a game.
like
Nah.
I said, Ronaldo's would have been no different
I mean,
because they care about people. Like I said, in soccer, people don't care about individual records; they care about championships.
that's what I only care about a premiership.
Exactly.
All I want to see, I don't care what you do on there.
Mm.
Get us a premiership,
that's
mate.
right.
And that once you hold the cup, that's what we'll pay to fucking go see.
Of course.
But you know, I like when if like when Robbie Gray was playing. If he was playing his like 200th game, I was like, oh,
Oh, that's
killer.
okay. Yeah.
But I'm not going to pay extra to see that.
Do you think in footy they should get chaired for 200?
What do you mean by chaired?
Chaired off. You know how they chair them off on their shoulders
Oh, for the game, for like doing that.
for 200.
If they've lost the game, no.
I think.
If they've lost the game,
I think for 300, even if you've lost, you should get chaired off.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Because 300 in footy is a lot because they only play, I average 18 games. a year.
some guys don't want to be it.
I know.
I've
but
seen that before.
For footy, like 300 games for Ryan Giggs was like in a couple of years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
for football, 300 games is a lot. But 200, they shouldn't get chaired off, I don't think.
No, 300.
These days,
300 is hard to get.
but this is
to.
what I said to you. This is why I hate footy these days. They chair them at 100.
At 50, they do.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. You can have 50 games in 3 years.
Yeah.
That's stupid. You're a legend already, getting chaired off.
Nah.
Please.
300, yeah, 100. I agree.
Yeah.
Or 400. Anything past 300.
Yeah. Yeah, 300.
Because 300 is hard to get to.
100%.
It's hard to get to. They did that.
200 games, don't at me saying yes. A majority of players don't even get to 100. I don't think they should get chaired for 200 either.
How about 250?
Yes.
250?
Yeah.
200 is a fair
Yeah.
whack. It's a lot of footy. How many games have you played? Soccer?
First team,
Yeah.
over 300.
Did you get chaired off?
I think we lost and I was pissed off and I walked off.
What?
Actually, no. I think we won my 300th game, but I just, it wouldn't have, I don't care about that shit. Listen, it is, no one is going to turn around and say, when you win a personal accolade, it's not good. But once I win it, I don't really.
I know, like, you know, when they talk about people winning the Brownlow and
Yeah.
all that. Like, I know so many players that say, look, I'll give my Brownlow away.
For a premiership.
You can take the Brownlow.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
See
Like,
you
I
later.
won our league's equivalent of the Brownlow, obviously, like that.
Yeah.
I won the league
But
player of the year, and we finished third. I would have rather won the championship.
Of course.
But in hindsight, you're never going to turn around and say, "Oh,
No.
I didn't
course
appreciate
not.
winning the award because I was considered the best player in the league." But once I won it, I don't.
Yeah, but I think that's with everyone.
Yeah.
Like, you'd rather win a championship because that's what.
Don't
counts.
at me said no one's been chaired off for 50. I want to know if that's true.
Oh, really?
I reckon they have too.
100 they have.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
100 they have.
Ridiculous.
Have to.
Yeah, ridiculous. They shouldn't.
150 they do.
Yeah, that's stupid.
200 they do too.
You know, lame.
No one's been chaired 50.
Lame. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I would be going close to 400 now, and we only play 20 games a year.
That's a lot, man. Yeah, I mean, even with footy, like 400 games is a lot.
400's ridiculous in
That's
footy.
that's like a 15.
Oh, longer.
20-year
Well, not.
career.
There's only 4 players in the 400 club.
There's not many.
Tuck, Fletcher, Harvey, and one more got it recently, didn't they? Harvey broke the record. It was Tuck for years, and the guy from Richmond. What was his name? There's only 4 of them, I think, or 5.
I know who you're talking about.
Bartlett, maybe Kevin Bartlett, I think it was. Like with 2.
He's from Richmond.
Yeah, him and Tuck were the 2 old ones that had the record,
Yeah.
and then Fletcher got in there, and then Harvey broke it. But Robert Harvey had 380, and he how long did he play?
I know. There's a few players now with 300.
Yeah, 300, but 300's an achievement in footy, big time.
Yeah, big time.
McLeod has 340 something. Like, The Crows, actually, it's funny. The Crows, compared to some of those other clubs, have not been around as long, obviously, since 91, but have got 4 300 gamers.
Yeah.
We've
only got 2.
Who's Port got?
Kane Corns.
Yep. His
Yeah.
brother didn't get it.
No. He went to 200.
250, I think he did.
And Boki.
But was Boki's all at Port?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so they got 2 300 gamers.
We had Gavin Wanganey.
Yeah.
But he was with Essendon.
Yeah, I know that. But like, the Crows had
So you can't count that.
Crows had Edwards, Rashudo, Smart,
You had a few.
McLeod, and Ben Hart, I think. And then Thompson.
Yeah.
Thompson, he did 300 for Crows, but
Yeah.
he had 340 or so because he did a couple for Melbourne.
If Robbie Gray played this year,
He would have got it,
He
yeah.
would have got 300.
But what I'm saying for the Crows, that's to have 6 300 gamers when they've only, and then other clubs don't even have, they've been around heaps longer.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's fun. It means they played for their club.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen these days, though.
I'm ashamed as a Hawks fan, but I think he got 400. Burgoyne, that's the other one, I think, maybe.
Burgoyne did, yeah. But
Yeah.
he played
All up, I'm saying, but I think he played,
Hawks
and Port. Yeah. All up, he might have got it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
he did. I think he got 400.
So that's the other one. That's the 5th one I'm talking
Yeah.
about. So there's only 5 of them.
Yeah.
400 club.
Yeah, not many.
But the other one that they don't ever count, and he's got the most games, and I always say this, is Port legend, is Craig Bradley. Because they don't count his SANFL games.
Carlton, he played a lot of games.
He's
with
got
Carlton.
380 with Carlton,
Yeah. Plus.
but he's got 150 with Port.
Yeah, it's like 400. Yeah.
He's got the record, but they don't count it.
Nah.
When he technically has the most games in Australian rules history.
Yeah.
But they won't count it because it's SANFL, which is bullshit. He deserves it.
He was a good player.
You know, he was a state cricketer too.
Oh, was he?
He could have played for
Yeah,
Australia,
yeah.
but he chose football.
Yeah, I remember him. He was instrumental in that.
They're paying you right, man.
95.
They're all saying Port House.
That's all right. I'm used to it. I can take it. But when someone says Crow Test, you can't take it.
I take it. Because I tell you we're Hess. I actually say, yeah, Crows are Hess. And you know that. John's the one that's like, oh, we're going to have a good year with Nix. And I'm like, Nix is shit.
You still hate Knicks?
Shit.
You got to give him this year.
Nah.
See how he goes.
Shit. Did they give
Yeah.
anyone else a
He's
year?
had a squad, man. What squad has he had?
Good coach should make it work.
Doesn't work like that always.
Why?
Because sometimes it's the
When
players as
Hinckley,
well.
when Hinckley took over Port, they were the worst team in the league.
True.
What did they do the next year?
Well, they got a few players in there.
How many?
Got Ollie Wines.
Well, they didn't get fucking 20.
No.
So they still had players that were part of that worst team, and they made finals.
They just brought these players in
Because
and they gelled with the
He was
existing
probably
players.
a good coach. Nick
He's a good coach.
is Hess.
But the problem with Hinckley is he's been unlucky and he's done his dash.
yeah,
It's time for a new. It's time. For
I agree. But what I'm saying is, Nick's
Nick's
no Hess. He's shit, man.
did they come worse than Port? Did Crows fall?
Crows,
Port
no, Crows. The situation Port were in,
was dire. Was worse.
and it's been said, and I'm not saying it to give you shit.
No, I
They
know.
were arguably in AFL history. I'm saying, so what's that? Since 1987, I think is when it became AFL. They were arguably in that promise, that 4-year stint, the worst team in AFL history.
Are you sure about that?
Oh,
Worst
they were
ever.
They were bad, man.
We were
they
bad. I'm not
lost-
saying we weren't.
First team to lose to Gold Coast.
Oh,
First
yeah, I
team to
know.
lose to GWS.
We were bad. Don't get me
You know,
wrong.
like
We were bad.
I'm
but
saying arguably.
we were the
I'm
best.
saying arguably because of where they were. They were in a grand final a couple of years before.
See, that grand final, the 07 one that I fucking hate, that you probably love.
No, but what I'm saying is they were
That-
in a grand. Regardless of what happened, they were in a grand final,
Yeah.
and then
well,
they were in dire, man.
well, that grand final set the club back like 5 years.
Fucking oaths it did.
Okay, so the mental,
Yeah.
the mentality of the group just fucked them bad.
Oh yeah,
And also the supporters were fractured after that.
that's what I'm saying.
After seeing 120 point
That's what I mean.
thrashing,
They-
like, how can you go and support this team, man?
I'm not saying it's.
And they just
I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm saying arguably
it was hard to come
they were
back.
arguably the worst team in AFL history, and at least top 5 of the worst. Like they were bad.
Yeah, of course we were.
Crows haven't hit that low yet. Crows
they were pretty bad.
Crows' low was bad because of the collective minds and all that. But that only lasted like a year or two.
See, what with us, we had Mark Choco.
Yeah.
His time was done.
Yeah,
And
it was done.
I'm scared that's going to happen now.
Will happen.
If they keep Hinkley.
Yeah, it will happen.
They need to get rid of. I think they have to get rid of him after this year,
Yeah.
unless he wins a premiership, which I highly doubt.
Yeah. Trigger happy tonight. GT23 says, "What's that mean?"
GT23 is wild.
Power Hess, Magpies Hess. Some bloke in country league reached 600 games. I think that's true. The Aborigine guy. I think he did. He reached more than that. I think he was like playing. He was like 60.
Maybe,
He goes, "I'll look it up." Damn, saying, yeah, that's true. I think.
But it's turned into a footy podcast now.
Genwell's saying it. Crows hasn't hit that low yet, not like the Port low. I agree. Listen, I'm not saying it to give Port shit, but I said that to you last week. I said that's why you got to give credit to all of them, Koshy, Hinkley, because where they picked Port up from.
Yeah, to like make finals next year.
It was fucking ridiculous.
I mean,
not just next year, to consistently make it.
Dude, we won a final that year. And then the year after that, it was in the prelim. Now, after that, yes, we fell off the perch a bit. And we didn't make finals until 2017.
Damn says Port can win the flag this season.
This season?
I think he's dreaming.
Hey, they can definitely get back into the finals. That's a but I just think our back line is a problem. Like competing with like the Lynches and the Hawkins and the Camerons.
I don't think they can win the flag.
I don't think so either. But
I mean, you'll be happy if they do.
I think they can get into the finals. I think they can make a finals appearance.
You'll be ecstatic if they do.
If they make the finals?
No, if they win it.
Oh, of course. I'll be fucking laughing. I'll be low.
They might win a flag at like that you get in like a martini or something.
It's Hinkley's last chance. If he doesn't make at least a prelim, he's gone.
I don't even know about that. Dam reckons getting into the finals is a lock for Port this year.
I reckon they'll get in the finals.
Yeah, but it's no lock. Nothing's a lock in football, mate.
Not these days.
No.
I think we'll get it.
Last year it was a lock.
But who comes out? Who comes out? I reckon the Bulldogs. Maybe. But they got a good team too, man.
Who was the grand final? Geelong.
Geelong, Sydney.
Sydney.
See, Geelong will be back up there.
Geelong ain't coming out. Sydney are not coming out.
Freo.
Bulldogs, I don't think will come out. Will they? They're not that old.
Collingwood. Collingwood was 17th the year before.
Yeah, they're not coming out.
By the way, guys, we're going to be doing a tipping comp. If you guys want to be part of the tipping comp, let us know in the Discord, and we'll.
AFL need 2 divisions of 12, full home and away games, 22 rounds plus promotion and relegation. I agree with Rob. Full soccer format.
That'd be cool.
It would be the best. Imagine like NBA, East and West Conference.
That'd be cool. It'll make it like the final series more interesting.
You know, you come up against teams you don't play all the time. That'd be the best.
But you wouldn't have a final series, would you? Because you just whoever finishes top goes through.
Listen, I think you got to keep even though I'm a soccer fan, I think AFL, you got to keep a final series because that's what the game was built on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas soccer has a history of whoever finishes top is the champion. Yeah. Whereas football doesn't have that history. So you have to keep the final series. Enough. Yeah.
But that would be a cool final series, and then whoever finishes in the top 3 goes through.
Yep.
They
promoted. Play each other.
Well, they get promoted.
Like the NBA, or just do whoever finishes top of each, they play in a grand final. Or something like that. You know, it's hard because
I think we can make. I seriously think we can make finals. I reckon I'm an 80% chance for me.
Yep.
GT23
says totally agree with Rob.
They won't change nothing, man. The AFL are very.
They just changed rules.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
They changed more rules the other day.
But everyone was losing it, weren't they?
Yeah, like stop changing the.
No, but I heard a lot of ex-players were losing it about the one they did something with the 50 meter or something, about on the mark or something, and everyone's losing it.
Well, you know how before there's one rule now that
the fake handball. Everyone's losing it about that apparently.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Because they're saying what they're trying to say is if you get punished for fake handballing now. They're saying you might be wanting to actually handball and change your mind. It might not be a fake. So how can an umpire dictate what you're thinking. He can't.
Can't.
And that's bullshit. I agree.
The other one.
Relegation makes it interesting. Yeah, because the Crows will be in
It
SM.
does.
We'd be in a second div now. We're fucking terrible.
It would be interesting.
And you know what would be the most interesting? To see if people in Australia would be like people in England or around the world, still support their team if they went down.
I'd support them.
Well, I know you're saying, but it's just an unknown here.
Yeah.
Like if there was a second division in the A-League, right, and Adelaide United get relegated and another Adelaide team comes up, you can just imagine people here jumping ship.
I know.
Don't you reckon?
Probably. How does the A-League work? They have a final series, don't they?
They want to bring it in. They got a final series, but they want to bring in a second division, a national second division.
And then it'll be like EPL. See, that would be cool.
It's just about the money. If the clubs can do it.
Do you reckon the Crows are going to make finals?
No. No way.
They got a good forward line.
80%. Genwool says, question mark. He says he's on one tonight.
What?
Because you said 80% they'll make finals.
I said last year we were going to win it. Remember I said that? And you guys were talking.
You did say that.
I did.
They lost the first 5, didn't they?
They lost the first 5. And I was spewing, man.
You were losing it.
Uh,
And one of them was to the Crows, so you knew you were in a bad way. When you lose to the Crows, you know what teams do? When they go in and they've lost to the Crows now, they're like, fuck, we must be shit. We just lost to the Crows.
I know, and we should have won that game.
Oh, shit.
Like that, if that guy didn't do
That's
that
the
free kick.
Best kick I've ever seen in my life.
No, that guy,
Yeah, it was bad.
He took him out.
Yeah.
You don't take
It was bad.
Not
no,
fucking,
there was no need to do it.
no way.
I remember saying it. There was no need.
Yeah. So
Damn says Crows won't make finals.
well, as I said, they're desperate this year. Hinkley's desperate. So if he's gonna win it, it's gonna be this year.
Yeah. I think
So
Hinkley, honestly, and this is no bias, nothing. I know I always pay Port out. He should have been sacked maybe 2 years ago, I reckon. Not even last year.
probably.
I don't even think he should have taken the reins last year. He
No.
should have been sacked before last year.
Yeah.
Because I
after that
admit he's a good coach but he can't get him over the line.
No, but his time's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
He can't get him over the line.
He's just not he's a bad coach. He's
Yeah.
just his time is
You
done.
know, like with Malcolm Blight back in the day, he got Geelong to 2 grand finals.
Yeah.
Couldn't win them.
So he left.
He was gone. Came to the Crows and won his flags.
Yeah.
Like it's.
But he might go.
Hinkley might go somewhere else and win a flag.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he could have won a flag with Port, but there was just.
damn, says Sam Mays with a love heart was a thug act. Sam Mays.
He was a bit.
And one of them was a 60-point hammering from the Hawks.
Let's not
Then
talk about
what
that.
says?
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, when the first 5 games. That's right.
We started playing well against Carlton. We just lost by 2 points. I think that was round 5.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was we started like there are some coaching errors that he does.
Oh, big time.
Like in that prelim against Bulldogs in 2021, you know, he left our best tagger on the bench.
For the start of the game, and it just
Yeah,
puts
and then
him behind.
and then Liberatore just tore shreds.
Shit up.
He just tore shreds from us, man. So
Coaches just
I don't know why. He did
coaches
that.
a lot that they sometimes just do weird shit at the wrong times.
I mean, there's probably something behind it. But
No,
like,
but coaches
why?
do it. It's a thing. Like they just Pep Guardiola does it in soccer. He gets to a Champions League final, and then puts a different team into the one that got him there. And then
Why?
and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, just coaches just see they're just I don't know.
But that first like 10 minutes of that game, they
We just got thumped.
yeah, and that's what killed the game. Then we were just chasing tail,
It's wild. Chasing
chasing tail.
That's wild.
Chasing their, you know,
turned
and
into a,
we got
turned,
smashed.
turned into a full AFL podcast.
Sure has.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's a segue into what you when we do AFL shows later in the
Well,
year.
yeah, like it's coming up, guys. So watch alongs and all that
John
stuff.
might make an appearance.
John could come.
Apparently, he reckons. Can you imagine if it's his first day shift on a Friday night, and we're meant to be doing a watch along? He'd be like, he'd ring us up, be like, "Oh,
Sorry, guys. It's my
I'm not-
first day shift.
my first day shift," and then you the next week, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, guys, it's my first day shift."
I can't do it. It's day shifts are hard, man.
What are we gonna do if there's a watch along scheduled?
Ugh.
What if it's like, will it fall that it's one of your last night shifts and one of your first day shifts, and then you won't come? No one will. I'll be sitting here like this, just watching.
Oh look, when we can make it, we'll come for sure. But I'll do something from home as well, like I did last year.
Yeah.
So
Tagger. If Ji-Sung Park was tagging Messi. Yep. True.
Yeah, I just think Hinkley's he's blundered a few things, but there's some unlucky stuff too. Like in the prelim against Richmond, like there was just some unlucky stuff that happened on that night as well. So
Probably.
I mean, they could have made a grand final, and then in 2014 when we played against the Hawks, there was just some unlucky decisions going not our way. So he could have had a premier, like he could have, but it just didn't pan out for him. So
He'll be spewing he doesn't have one, I think.
I reckon at least one he could have had.
He'll be spewing.
Yeah. I reckon 2014, because Sydney went right that day, and I reckon we would have got him if we played him.
Probably.
But it would have changed the whole course of everything if Port had gone
Sydney
through.
make grand finals to lose them, don't they?
But imagine Port beat Hawks that night. There's no dynasty with the Hawks then.
No.
They changes the whole complexion of the whole league. There's no dynasty.
Yeah, no.
If Port could go win that grand final.
Oh yeah, it's completely different.
Totally different world, man. So it's interesting, but I reckon the Crows should have won in 2017.
The Crows got fucked over. They were the best team, but I think they got done with a bad free kick at the start of the game against Richmond, and it fucked them. And then they went and they ended up losing by whatever it was, 24 points or something. But
it was like 40 odd.
Whatever, but they were getting fucked over, and because they kicked the first goal, Sloan.
2 goals.
Yeah, and then they got done over with a shit decision, and then it just... They should have won. They were a better team. Crows were the best team all year.
They were the best team all year.
No one could touch them.
100%. And then I reckon if that collective mind didn't happen and the unit, the core unit, you could have gone back again.
Yeah.
But then
Pike, once Pike had to go because of that, and he was obviously a good coach because look what he did.
Yeah. I remember when your coach died. What's his name?
Walsh.
Walsh. I reckon he would have taken him to a flag.
Maybe.
He was a good coach.
But Pike got him there, bro.
Yeah, but it was off the back of Walsh's.
Yeah, it was, but he still built his own. Even what's his name was good before Walsh, man. He got us to finals, Sanderson, and then he got shafted by Rashuda on that by a boys' club.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, we'll see what happens, but I just hope Geelong don't win it.
Yeah, I don't want Geelong to win.
I just want Geelong to win it again.
No one likes Geelong.
No. I reckon.
I saw flickering happening on our screen. I don't know what it is.
It's probably me.
No, I think the screen is the green. I think the fireplace has been flickering a bit. I don't know why.
Correct.
So sorry if it's been flickering, guys. But
it's flickering.
Next week I'll fix it.
Crows should have won in 2012 and 2017.
Probably. Crows should have won in 93. I don't know if that's before your time, Dan, but
they should have won in 93. They were
46 points up against Essendon, and we would have won the grand final.
It was against Carlton, wasn't it?
They would have won.
Yeah, they would have won. Should have. Graham Corns would have been one of the greatest Crows coaches ever to bring that fucking premiership through.
Andrew Jarman hit the post from like 3 meters out and 40, and that would have put us 52 points up. We never would have lost. And then they just roared back.
That's when Gavin Wagoning was playing.
Yeah, he won the Brownlow that year.
Yeah, he did. They were a good team, the Bombers.
They were, but
I think Crows were better that year.
They were, yeah.
Yep.
Way before my time, damn reckons. Not before mine, man.
Nah, I was year 5.
I was 8.
Year 5, 93. Fucking hell.
I was watching it with my dad, and he was losing it because Andrew Jarman was best friends with my cousin. My friend that came on earlier, Michael Papa.
Oh yeah.
Best friends. Me and Michael got the same cousins, but Michael's first cousin is my second cousin, and my Thea Lenya, which is my dad's first cousin, is the mum. She raised Andrew Jarman and Darren Jarman. They used to live at my Thea's house.
Yeah.
Eating Greek food, right? Because my Thea's lived right near Gaza. Yeah, that's where they played. Yeah. And the sons were best friends.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad, because we used to go to parties and hang out with them. My dad losing it at Andrew Jarman. Because we knew him.
Yeah.
My dad was going, Andrew, you're just losing it.
Like I've always wanted to go up to the Port players that played in the 07 grand final and just say, what the fuck happened?
What happened, yeah.
Like, how could you play like that?
They just got spooked. They just got spooked. Like Crows.
Yeah, but man, that had consequences, man. The club suffered for 5
Oh,
years.
yeah, they just got spooked.
You know?
Was that, remember when the Crows lost by 200 points to Melbourne?
Yeah, I know, but this is a grand final.
I know, but
You're
it's
supposed to
just-
be the second best team,
I know.
and you've come
I
out
know.
and given that. It's like, and like we had some good players, man.
Mm.
We smashed North Melbourne the week before.
They just got spooked.
Do you know what I mean? Geelong were just unstoppable that day, but
Do the
Yeah.
Crows do tributes for Walsh from time to time? Not really, Genwill, only on his death anniversary. Well, to be fair, he was the Crow. Listen, he probably did more for Port than he did for Crows.
he did a lot for us.
Do you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
was with Port. He was only out, really, he was the Crows senior coach for 6 months.
Yeah.
Like,
You know who you guys have got really good? You got one of the best fitness coaches, Darren Burgess.
yeah, he's champion.
So having him there.
He was with Liverpool.
Yeah, and he was with us.
Yeah, no, he was with Port, then
Yeah.
Liverpool.
I reckon his program set
Yeah, it's
the
good.
tone for us as well. So you've got that up your sleeve too.
Yeah.
I reckon you guys will be better this year. Don't get me wrong. You'll
Well,
be.
What
You'll be
did, what did we finish last year?
I reckon 15th. Maybe.
So we'll finish 14th?
I reckon 12th. 12th or 10th.
Oh, that's way better.
No, but you're still
That's like
building.
one win better.
No, but you're building, man. And
Building
then
to what?
Next year,
10th?
next year you have to make finals.
If
next
he
year.
finishes in the same position, he should get sacked.
Do you reckon finals will bust?
No, if he finishes, what did he finish? 14th last year? Whatever. If he
Don't help me
finishes,
with
if
don't help me
he
with that.
finishes in the same position or worse, he should get sacked.
Nah, it will be
Is
better
that
than last
bullshit?
year.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if.
What was it? Don't help me. Tell us where did the Crows finish this last
Good
year?
point, KP Dam says. Because I was saying about Walsh. He like,
Yeah, he's good.
listen, it's a sad thing. What happened was fucking, it was mind blowing. But it's, and I'm not saying it in the most, I'm not trying to be insensitive or anything. He's not a Crows legend.
No.
That's probably why they don't tribute him all the time, because he was only our coach for 6 months. Whereas he was probably a Port legend. All the shit he did behind the scenes, Port loved him.
They did.
Like he was.
Like when he went to the Crows, I was a bit pissed
but
off.
they
It's
were
like, we loved him, man.
were arguably more devastated.
We lost him as a
No, but when the death happened, because they knew him better than the Crows people. Like they
we
were
could
friends
tell,
with
man.
him.
Ollie Wines was crying.
Yeah.
They were all crying. And,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, it was hard for everyone, man.
Yeah.
That and it kind of it brought the two clubs together
yeah,
in for one game.
yeah.
Even though we still hated you guys, but
It brought that game was
brought everyone together. Like it's not about the rivalry at that
No,
point. It's
no, no. It's life.
about life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everyone's a human being. Yes.
Oh, the story.
You know.
Phil Walsh. That story of what happened is fucking ridiculous, mate. Like when I remember I woke up and my dad goes to me, Phil Walsh died, and I went, okay, what happened? Car accident or something? And then when he said to me, he goes, his son killed him. I'm like,
What? Yeah.
I was like, I went, what? And then I remember I told Jess, listen, fucking hates football. But when I explained it to her, Jess goes, what the fuck?
Yeah. It was one
Like-
of those things that like just rocked everyone.
Yeah, it was like, what? Like, because it's just
Yeah.
crazy story, bro.
I know, man. Like when I found out, I was upset because
It was just, but you
we used to always see him at the
regardless of what it was, if you heard that story, it was like, what the fuck?
yeah.
It was like, even if it was just a normal person and you heard that story, wasn't a Crows coach, nothing, you would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's ridiculous.
I know.
Like, it was just sad.
It just doesn't happen.
Nah.
That doesn't happen every
It's
day.
crazy, man. It was a crazy story. Like,
I know, and I think he would have really.
he would have done well.
I don't think he would have done Collective's Minds.
No,
I don't
probably
think he
not.
wouldn't have done.
Nah,
No.
I don't think.
He's a hard nosed
I don't think he would
fucking.
have. I'm surprised Pike did. I reckon he got hoaxed into it, Pike, by Burton and
Yeah.
Rashudo and all that. And look who's still there, mate. Rashudo, like,
I'm telling you, man, that cost your club like what is it now? 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21 to 2, 23.
what do I always
So
tell
we're
you?
6 years away from that, right? Your
And they still talk about it.
so 5 years ago, you've been in the wilderness for 5 years.
And they still talk about it.
You know. So
What do
you
I
had-
always say?
So it did affect you like it affected us.
What do
but
I
not
always
as
say?
bad.
Everyone lets him off because he's a Crows legend,
Yeah.
but he created a fucking boys club, mate. Mark Rashudo. ever since he went in and got involved, boys
and
club,
and
mate.
Nigel Smart.
Yeah, or both of them. Boys
Nigel
club.
not so smart.
Boy, I told you, man. When I broke my leg, my surgeon was lip tack. Former club best and fairest doesn't get invited to any of the
Why?
because him and Smart don't talk.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Is that not a boys club?
That's a boys club. Sure is.
That's a fucking boys
See,
club.
I don't know if anything like that is happening at Port probably is, but
No, but not to that degree, mate. Like an ex-best and fairest. Someone should be turning around to Smart and going, listen,
yeah,
I don't give a fuck what you say, he's coming.
if you get rid of like those blokes,
They got to go,
it
mate.
would run a bit. It would be,
Way better. It's a boys club. It is a boys club.
yeah. Yep.
Why does he get to keep his job when an outside group came in and did a review? Everyone else got sacked. Burton, Pike got the sack. Why are Rashudo and Smart still in job? Why didn't they get the sack?
Burton was bad too.
Yeah, but he got the sack.
Yeah. I don't know.
Pike got the sack.
So Smart's still there?
Yeah, I think so. It's ridiculous. Club legends.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. But anyway, we'll see what happens.
It's stupid.
It's gonna be an interesting season. I'll tell you what.
Dunstall came in and did the outside club review. He did it.
Saw that. Yeah, I did see that.
But who's Dunstall mates
But you
with?
know, like
Who's Dunstall mates with?
prosciutto. But so like, you know, we went after the 07 grand final. It was 5 years in the wilderness. Kind
Yeah.
of like you guys.
We'll
since
be
then.
longer than that.
So really, this is the year now. This is the year now that you got to get into the finals
It
because
won't
Port
happen.
did.
It won't happen.
You got a good forward line, I'll tell you that. But that's about. Oh, and your midfield needs work, but
Pretty average.
and your forward line's good.
Why
man.
was it good?
Who have you got? You got the new bloke Rankin. He's
Yeah.
a gun. Richard Telly. Is that Richard
What
Telly?
makes a guy a gun these days? How many goals has he kicked in a year?
He's a gun, bro.
How many goals has he kicked
I
in a
don't
year?
know. I don't know.
Probably
Ask-
not over 30.
No, but the guy.
That
Trust
means he's
me,
not that good.
He's good. He's good. Trust me, man. Dude. I'll have him any day.
Call me old fashioned, but a forward should be judged on goals.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But he's a gun. You got Richard Telly. You got what's his name? The Walker. You got Fogarty.
If Danger was
Who
still
else is there?
there, where do you think Crows are now? KP Genwell says. I don't think that would be any different.
No, it wouldn't be any different.
Do you know what?
He's not a player to
Listen,
to shoot.
Dangerfield, I know he won a Brownlow on that, but I always thought he was overrated.
He's not a player to move the needle.
Dangerfield, to me, I know he won a Brownlow on that, but he was never in the bracket of Gary Ablett
Nah,
and that.
he wasn't as good as Dusty Martin.
That's what I'm saying. He was
Dusty
never
Martin
in that
was
bracket.
amazing.
He was never in the bracket of them.
Um,
And I don't think Dusty was as good as Ablett.
no, but as a midfielder,
Yeah, no, I'm
he's
just
better
saying.
than-
I just don't think he was as good as Gary Ablett Jr.
no way.
No.
There's no one as good as him.
I'm
but-
just saying, like
but
Gary
he's-
Ablett Jr., Judd, McLeod. That I don't think those guys are in their bracket.
I reckon Dusty is.
I think he's good, but I just still think he's below them.
I think there's a few seasons where he was amazing.
Oh yeah, he
but
was.
he hasn't kept it. Like,
That's what I mean. Those other guys did it for their whole careers.
yeah, no. Like last year, Dusty wasn't that
exactly.
great. Who else? But Dangerfield was never a Dusty though. I don't think.
Also, similar question, KP. If we signed Frankie de Jong, he's talking about instead of Casemiro, do you think we'd be the same this season? No, I don't think we would.
Who's that?
The Man United. Frankie de Jong's not a defensive midfielder like Casemiro. What people got to forget is Frankie de Jong's a very good footballer, but he's only 24. Casemiro is 29. He's won 5 Champions Leagues at the heart of that midfield. Like I don't know. He's next level. He's just a leader. Like he's amazing.
Anyway, look, we'll keep the football to the football. But,
Yeah, I went on to Man United then. Yeah, I don't think we would, Gemwell. I don't think United would be... I think United need both. I think United next year should get De Jong and have Casemiro and Frankie de Jong. That's me personally. Tottenham got a good signing today. They signed this right back. He's good. Poro, his name is. He's good.
Are we still losing Kane or what?
I reckon he goes at the end of the year, yeah. I think he's going to United. Whether I want that or not, but I think he's going there.
Oh, he's a goal scorer.
Yeah, But it's, he'll be 30 next year, and he has a track record of injuries, ankle injuries.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, what was the topic again?
How much of a legend you are. Oh, yeah. Social media, distraction. But I told you, every time we do a topic, we don't talk about it all night. So.
No, I like talking about AFL, man. It's my sport.
I'm not sleeping tonight, Genmore says. Yeah, I'm getting up to watch Man United at 6:30.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'll be snoring then.
I'll be up watching them. You love football, man. It's your sport.
Which one? The round ball or
the other football?
The bunny?
The one that you like.
I love it. I'm excited I'm excited now.
See, I keep giving away on here that I actually have a bit of knowledge about it, and like
you do, man.
I know,
you do.
it's
but
sad.
You actually beat Johnny in the.
I know a lot about.
tipping.
I know a lot about the history, like a lot about it.
Yeah.
Because that's when I liked it.
Yeah.
John's a terrible tipper.
He is. He was terrible. But anyway, if you want to get on the tips, guys,
let us know.
Let us know. We'll put you in. But
Kane signed a new contract. Denwell says, "What does that mean? What's a contract mean these days?"
Oh, he signed with Tottenham.
But what does that mean? He signed a contract just so they can ask for 100 million. That's what it is.
So what? He can just void the contract?
No, they can void it. But what does a contract mean when you can be bought? A contract in footy is different because there's no transfers. But a contract in soccer, that Enzo Fernandez went to Chelsea today, and he only just signed for Benfica at the start of the year, and he broke the British they signed him.
Oh, so there you go.
Because you can have a contract, but if someone puts a bid in for you, and your club accepts it,
there's your contract.
What's the contract mean? Nothing. It just means
I'll just read.
Your contract pretty much means you're getting paid for that amount of time by that club. But
so
if someone buys you,
if someone buys you, it's probably in their contract anyway. Probably a clause in there that says if someone bids on you and we accept it, then you can.
No, there's no clause because that's how soccer works.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like everyone gets a contract because of payment. Like, that's how much you get paid. But if I come in and bid for Chris Christopoulos, I want to buy him. Your club can turn around and go, yeah, well, we accept your bid, and you can either decide to stay with your club or take my contract.
Oh, so it's up to the player what he wants to do. Oh, okay.
So if Man United bid on Kane, 100 million, and Tottenham go, okay, we accept, it's up to him whether he wants to go or not.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know.
And we should sign Timber next season. Yeah, I agree.
What, Justin Timberlake?
Justin Timberlake. I'll be part of it, but I don't have Discord. What do you mean, damn? You got to download Discord and join the Discord, man.
Damn. All right, just have you got us on Instagram? Damn.
No, join the Discord. All right, damn. Come on.
No, but if you're on Instagram, you can message us on there, and we can get your details.
Listen.
Oh, can't we have to cater for everyone.
No, join the Discord. Come on, Dan. We love you, Dan.
Dan was actually from an AFL podcast.
He was. He just rocked up out of nowhere. Genwell, what did Genwell come from? A Man United one?
I don't know where Genwell came
from. Genwell, what was your first show? Was it a Man United show or an AFL podcast?
Tell us in the chat how you found us. We are very interested.
Rob coached me.
Apart from Rob and the ones that we actually know.
See, it's flickering because I reckon the loop of the fireplace, something's happened to it.
What'd you do, man?
I don't know. I just think the loop is not working properly. Watch.
This is what happens when you get KP to run.
Yeah, but did it do that last week? I don't think it did that last week. I think something's wrong with the loop. See?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys, about the loop. You know what I'll do?
You can't even notice it, bro.
Nah,
you can't notice it.
Yeah, but I'm noticing it. It's upsetting me.
Just leave it, man.
Nah, it's upset me, man.
Haven't you got the one I've got? Oh, yeah, that's a cool one.
The old New York one.
We're back in New York.
Not yet. Oh, yeah, wait. We are.
We are.
Yeah.
They're not.
Round 3 showdown, Dam said. That's when he came in. When we were losing. When we were losing it. So Dam came through in the round 3 showdown.
Oh, when we did that. Yeah. All right.
Ha ha ha, I'm banned. Damn says, what, from Discord? Ah. Hawks Port Genwill came in. Not Man United. Hawks Port.
So we got a lot of people through that. So
Yeah.
as I said, we want to get more people, so we'll do more watch-alongs.
Well, you know,
they're more entertaining, I guess.
If Genwill and Dam would share us to all their friends, there'd be all these people here.
I reckon, guys.
Because I reckon they look like popular guys. You know what I mean? They've got to have all these friends.
They're nice guys.
They've got to have all these friends that would come watch us. Back in New York.
Back in New York.
That
took a while.
That did take a while, man.
The delay is crazy.
Why did it take so long?
I don't know. Maybe that screen is back a bit. No, that one there. Your screen there's your screen there's like.
Oh, that one is back a bit. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're watching ourselves on the big screen, guys. You know, like it's
a nice day.
It's our ego, you know. We're watching. Dan says I've mentioned it before. We'll let you off, Dan.
What?
About sharing it with people. The show.
Yeah,
Dam's the best.
Dam's wild.
Dam is wild.
We should meet him one day.
Well, he's here, isn't he, in Adelaide?
He's in Adelaide. I don't think Genwill here?
Now, Genwill's a Hawks fan, so I'm guessing he's in Melbourne.
I think GT23 is in Perth.
Perth.
Mr. Laughlin's on the island somewhere.
Mr. Laughlin's on it. Dam put a mushroom. That's wild.
No, I want to meet these guys one day and, say hello.
Dam says no. No what? You don't want to meet us? Why? Well, did you see that? Dam, did you see this?
You gotta get these, man.
I don't know if you saw it. Did you see this?
You gotta buy these.
I think I'm the perfect candidate to wear this top.
You are. You love it, eh?
I love this top.
So good.
Stay Hunky's wild, man.
Stay hunky.
It's wild.
Nah.
The merch is cool, man. It looks good.
It looks good. These
when Krillin saw it today, he goes, "That's wicked."
Oh, really?
Loved it.
Yeah. Mine's got at the back.
Banned from Discord from Green and Psychedelics. Damn says, LOL. That's why he put a mushroom there.
He's a nice guy.
That is wild. The Carabao Cup final is going to be tough. KP Gemwell says, well, listen, I am a firm believer in not celebrating anything until you get there, and we've still got to play the semi-final in the morning. Even though we're 3-0 up, I'll never say we're in the final until that game's over. It's just how I am. Because anything can happen, man.
I love when the game's over and you win. It's the best feeling.
It is. But anything can happen. Listen, we got 1 foot in the final. If they blow this, it'll be bad. But
well, things happen, guys. So
I'm gonna get a Hess hoodie soon. Damn says.
Yeah, but you said you were gonna get a Hess hoodie like 5 months ago.
Maybe he's waiting for finances, man. Nice guy.
You can get. I think you can get afterpay.
Afterpay.
You pay. You buy the thing. You pay later.
See, that's another thing these days. That's like, we're talking about social media and that's changed, but like afterpay and shit, right?
It's like
I remember my dad saying to me, he's like, you can pretty much buy anything you want these days because of afterpay and all that shit.
Depends how much you're.
Yeah, no, but like really, like any like things like that you like fun wise, you can have because of afterpay. Whereas back in the day, if you wanted a new TV, you gotta have to save money for it. Now you can go buy afterpay a fucking TV and pay $300 a fortnight or something and then it's done in a couple, a month and a half. Like, whereas it wasn't like that, man.
Nah, that's right. No, it wasn't.
Do you like the New York screen? I like the New York one.
I like the New York one.
I was watching us. I had it on here before with Giuseppe, and we were in New York.
I like it. New York one's alright.
New York one's wild.
Mm.
What about that other New York one? Does anyone like this one? Tell me, I'll put it back. Or is that one a bit?
Which one?
It'll come on the big screen. This is New York as well, but it's Times Square.
I reckon that one was better when we had the table.
Yeah, this one's good with the table. I think.
Yeah.
But let's see what it looks like here. We'll change it.
What a face.
The eagle, man. Does everyone like the eagle's face tonight? It's wild. That one. I actually don't mind that one.
Yeah, it's alright. Not bad. Feels like, we're on a bit of an angle, but
That's alright. Now we are on an angle because when you moved the chair before.
Oh, sorry
You
about
know
that.
when you like moved, everything went.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, it's all the Eagles' fault. The Eagles' fault. I'm not painting the best picture of myself over this. Ha ha ha. Giuseppe's mate dropped off the sourdough. He saw me and can vouch. I'm a hashtag nice guy.
Well, talking about hashtag nice guys, you can actually buy
Hashtag nice guy.
merch.
Yeah.
There's a hashtag nice merchandise. And there is one guy in all of Australia that's got one, and he's in Perth, and it's my mate's son, Luca.
Son, yeah.
And I got it from his birthday, so he got it the other day.
Is he a nice guy?
He loves it.
Why doesn't he send us a picture so we can put it up?
No,
not now. Tell him to send us one, and next podcast we'll put it up.
All right, no worries.
Put him up wearing it.
Done.
That's wild.
But yeah, guys, check out the merch. Where's it? hfdmerch.myspreadshop.com.
I'll get it up here.
.au.
I'll get it up. I got that one.
There we go, guys. There we go. It's it helps us out as well, guys.
Of course. And then we got this one as well with the new stuff that too old or too hess is pretty funny.
Yeah, it is good.
I think I coined that phrase.
Too old or too.
Who was I? I don't even know who I was talking about. I think you said someone is too old, and I'm like, he's just too hess. He's been shit the whole time. I was like,
yeah, that's
it's
a good
funny,
one,
man. See, we've taken the logo off that, as you can see here. In there, it had Stay Hunky with the logo, but we've moved it to the back now with the YouTube link. So,
yeah,
they're actually good quality too, man.
they're very good quality, guys.
Yeah, they're
so,
cool.
guys, jump into the into that website and have a look. You can get because it comes from the US. The shipping's like $20.
Yeah.
But you can get and it will take about a month to get to you. But if you do the fast, the express post,
I think it's a bit quicker when it's not over the Christmas thing. It's been bad.
But I got
but express is different. But
three
normal,
days.
Normal
But you're paying for it. It's like $40.
Yeah.
So it's a bit pricey here and there. But you're gonna keep this forever.
Yeah, of course.
So
100%.
But once we get monetized and we might do a different one.
Oh, definitely.
That's actually from Australia.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Might have both.
We could have both, yeah.
So we have the Australia one and...
All right,
That's
so...
wild, man.
So, look, we'll wrap it up, but the final question is...
Are you a specimen? Yes.
Are we in a simulation?
Are we in a simulation?
I've been going down the rabbit hole this year.
Krillin wants to do episode 2.
I've been going down the rabbit hole this week.
Krillin's like, can we do episode 2 of Are We in a Simulation? I'm like, I'm not coming on that. I'm like, I'll sit there and tape.
Actually, on the weekend I was at a party and there's this guy that I know. He's a full flat earther, and I told him you should come on the show and tell us your findings because I want to know what you believe in and why you believe in it.
Mm.
Yeah, remember I think I told you.
Yeah, you told me.
So we never know, man. Might get him on one day.
I laughed.
KP, you have to.
Imagine he comes here and he goes, "Listen, the Earth is round, but when you put it on a shirt, it's flat."
So yeah, we might get some guys in like that. I got a mate that's a wrestling guy. He might come in.
I want that dude, man. I want that guy.
He's in WWE now. You won't get him now.
Oh, he went back to WWE?
Yeah.
Oh, they re-signed him.
Yeah, they re-signed him.
Why can't he just do an interview with us?
I don't know. I think they got special rights and stuff that they're not allowed to talk to. I don't know. I'll ask him. But there's another one that him in Adelaide I'll get. So
yeah.
But yeah, we'll get a few more interviews. I want to get the food channel up and running again. So it's just it's just been a slow start to the year.
It has.
Yeah, and
we've been doing podcasts. We've been doing our
podcasts, but yeah, I want to get back into the editing of going out there finding food stuff and
yeah.
But yeah, just be patient, guys.
It's hard.
It's coming.
When you're trying to watch your figure, doing the food stuff every day.
It is.
It's a bit that's why Man vs. Food only had 4 seasons because
that's right.
The poor guy.
But yeah, guys. So definitely a distraction.
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
So sorry for distracting you guys.
Yeah.
With social media.
Are we? Would you have preferred to grown up when we did or now?
When we did.
I agree.
Yeah. When we did.
I agree.
Not because of social media, just that's
We're
it. But
half to do with that.
I don't know. It was just, I don't know.
We
Yeah,
just
probably,
grew up
yeah.
differently, I think.
I think so.
You know, like, we grew up in a time where like someone, I don't know, called you a wanker. You just said, "Yeah, so are you." And didn't have a cry about it.
Everyone cries about everything.
You know, you just
yeah,
you didn't sue them.
I reckon political correctness
Oh.
has killed it for me, man.
Yeah,
So that and I don't know. Back then, things were just more fun. But then again, when you're a kid, things are fun. So
that's
I don't
true.
know if it's because I was a kid or not. But maybe life was more simple.
Way more simple.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not good knowing things.
100%.
It's not good knowing
It was
stuff.
the best. Once I started learning things, you know, you got responsibilities.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
like, you're an adult.
That's
Once
right.
you're
So that's
and then you like now, because you said because of the internet, social media, you can learn things whether they're true, fake, whatever.
well.
It's up to you what you believe, and we've said
Correct.
that. But like you said, sometimes it's easier not knowing all that shit.
True,
Not
man.
seeing, let's say not seeing it because you don't know what's fucking true.
The thing is that I don't like is people think that everything's like there's people out there that think that information is 100% true,
That's right.
and I can't always say 100%.
Yeah.
Because there's no 100%.
Well, I always say to people, you should never think your opinion is fact.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Once you think your opinion is fact,
yeah,
you're obnoxious.
like the flat Earth guy, like Con,
Yeah.
like he 100% believes in that, and I'm like, all right, you can believe in
It's
it.
your opinion.
That's your opinion, but I'm just telling you the fact. The fact of the matter is, there's no.
You don't know.
It's not
You can't prove
You
it.
can't say you're 100%.
Yeah.
Because you're not 100%. You don't
'Cause
know.
You haven't been to space.
Exactly. Exactly. And that goes with everything, man.
Of
That
course.
goes with
Yeah, of course.
Christianity, the
Everything.
Muslims. They can't be 100%.
Everything. That's why I tell people to have your opinion.
You can have faith in that.
Yeah, that's fine.
In that belief.
Yeah.
But it's not 100%.
Political correctness is terrible now. It's like,
No. But I'm just saying, like,
it's killed things.
nothing is 100%.
No, 100%.
And people
I just said
shouldn't-
100%. No, absolutely. You're right.
That's what I think.
No.
So when
but
someone comes and preaches you about God and Jesus,
you just
or-
have you just say you
okay,
have your opinion.
I say, look, I believe in what you're saying or whatever, but it's still not 100%.
No, just accept your beliefs that it's your opinions, but
yeah.
you don't have to push it.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
people.
But people think
Of
people
course.
believe
Yeah,
100%,
of course they
and
do.
they got no.
No proof.
The problem with that is
They think they've got proof.
No, the problem with that is it keeps them blinded. It blinds them
Yeah.
from other things.
So you're not open-minded.
No, you're not open-minded. That's the problem,
Yeah.
and maybe that's the problem with the world. But
Yeah.
anyway, we'll discuss that another time. One more question before we go. Volk or Islam?
Volk.
I want Volk to win,
Oh,
but
we'll do another show before then.
I want Volk to win. No, we won't. It happened this weekend.
Isn't it the 11th?
Oh yeah, the weekend after.
Yeah, the 11th.
Okay, let's talk about. Sorry,
But Volk.
Volk.
We'll do a lead up into it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week, guys. I think Islam's gonna win. I hope he doesn't. But
Volk. Volk all the
yeah,
way.
I hope Volk wins.
Come on,
but-
Volk.
I hope Volk wins, but I think Islam. If I was a betting man,
I am a betting man. I'm putting it on Volk.
okay. I'm just scared if he hits the ground.
But what if Volk hits him?
Oh, yeah, that's a different story. Well, he's confident. I've heard.
He's confident. Well, he
he's
should be. He should be confident.
He's very confident.
He should be.
So I've seen. Yeah. So interesting times with the UFC coming into Australia.
What do you before we go? What do you think of that stupid new thing UFC are doing?
What are they doing now?
The slap thing.
I hate it.
Fuck is that?
So it's from I think Eastern European
I
country.
know, but it's probably their fighters. They complain about their pay. Imagine what they're paying to slap people. Nothing to slap each other.
I reckon it's the most stupidest sport
It's fucking dumb.
out there. You know why? Because like, why does it matter how hard I can slap you? Just go fucking slap a wall then, and see how hard you can.
It's
hit the
so
wall.
dumb, bro.
Like, why are they doing that?
I know,
It's stupid, and
so dumb.
people are getting knocked out.
I
It's
know,
like,
it's
what
so
for?
dumb. It's so dumb.
Like, you wouldn't pay me to do that.
No.
No way.
No way.
No way, man.
It is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever
Isn't
seen. Yeah. I don't
Well,
know
I've
where.
seen dumb things, but that's up
I don't
there,
know
bro.
where that fucking came
And
from.
now everyone loves it. It's like, are you kidding me?
Who loves it? Americans.
Eastern Europeans, Americans, they're all
Yeah,
fucking.
but what country? Which Eastern European country?
I don't know. I
came up
don't know. I don't know which one.
with it? Romania.
Probably. That's why they hate tape.
It is though.
I don't know, but all I can
It's
say
so fucking dumb.
it's bad. It's shit. I can't stand when I see it. I'm like, you guys are
I
idiots.
saw it and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. It's like a whole league now. In
It's
America.
fucking stupid. And Dana White is like fucking loving it. He's
Dana
so
White, because he sees money in it.
yeah. Why? You know why? Because he slapped his missus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he loves a slapping game.
He's a dickhead.
What a dickhead. He goes on about all this shit and then he gets caught abusing his wife. Like,
Yeah, he's a dick.
what a fuckwit.
Yeah, he's a dick.
And then you know what? That turned everyone on Jake Paul. Just they love him now. They're like, yeah, fuck Dana White.
Yeah.
What a knob.
Oh, that's another thing we'll talk about. The Royal Rumble was on. I watched it today.
Cody won.
21.
Yeah.
It was actually not bad, Royal Rumble.
When
But
are they going to fucking make this Reigns as Reign?
I think
end?
Cody will beat
Oh, please, man.
Roman.
700 days is too long, bro. Isn't it? I'm asking you,
But
wrestling
you know
fan.
what? His storylines have been like so good.
I know, but I'm
So,
asking you as a wrestling fan, 700 days?
Doesn't matter, man. how
And
many
I mean,
days.
like, yeah, he's beaten Brock.
if
like,
you
the people
can
he's
if you
beaten.
can draw and you can have a good storyline, doesn't matter how many days you're holding it, man.
It's too long, man.
Yeah, it could be.
He's had it too
Could
long.
be. But I think it's culminating to Cody winning it. If
And
Cody,
then, you know what they'll do? They'll probably make Roman win it like a month
if
later. Or something.
Roman doesn't win, if Cody doesn't beat Roman for the title,
Then
at
who's gonna
WrestleMania,
beat him?
then it's fucked.
But that's what I'm saying.
No one's beating him.
Exactly.
No one.
They'll have to bring Brock and Goldberg back to like double beat him or something.
Well, not Goldberg. Brock
Brock.
Lesnar got eliminated really
Yeah,
quickly,
yeah,
and I was like,
For the
that's,
first time ever.
yeah. And then Bobby Lashley went out, and I was like,
Why all the big dudes?
yeah, a lot of the big. But
How
there
does
was
Cody beat Roman though?
he's pretty small, isn't he?
I just I know he was
Cody-
good when he went to AEW
Yeah,
and
he's
that,
got a lot
but
of fans, man.
he's been on WWE before he left WWE. When he was on WWE, he was shit.
Oh yeah, he was. He was,
Prior
he
to-
was a mid carder.
Crap.
Yeah, but he's changed.
I
now.
know, but just how does he beat Roman?
He'll beat Roman.
I know he will, but it just doesn't make sense. Makes
I like
way
Cody.
more
I like
sense. I don't mind him. I agree, but it makes way more sense for Brock to beat Roman.
Yeah. Oh nah.
It
Brock,
does.
Brock's. I looked at Brock today, man. You could just tell, like, he's done.
Yeah, he was getting old.
He's done. So, and that's been done so many times. That Brock and Roman Reigns
Yeah, I
has been
know.
done so many times. So, I think the best thing they did was take him out of the Royal Rumble that quick. He started fucking shit up on the side.
Did he?
Yeah.
Those guys are getting old, bro.
Getting old.
As much as they were
They're getting old.
them two, and I've said this before, Brock Lesnar and Goldberg
Yeah.
are the two strongest wrestlers I've ever seen when they were in their peak.
They reckon that John Cena's probably the strongest.
He's up there with them, I reckon.
Like,
I think them three are the
if
strongest.
you ask,
John Cena here is
yeah,
strong.
if you ask
leg
Big Show,
press and that.
Big Show, he goes.
Yeah,
John
no,
Cena.
yeah, I agree. But he never did things like Brock and Goldberg used to pick dudes up like this
Oh
like
yeah,
with their arm.
they did. Yeah.
You know when Goldberg used to hold them, and these guys were 300 pounds.
Yeah, I know. Big time.
Cena could do it. You know when he picked up Big Show and someone was on top of him with his legs, like that power,
Yeah.
squatting power. But the way that Goldberg used to do it in his prime, and he just used to pick him up and just, it was like, what the fuck? How is that guy doing that? Like,
Oh, he was strong.
and same with Brock, like just freak strongs them. Them three they're probably the
Yeah.
three strongest I've ever seen.
Yeah. Nah.
And to be fair, going back further, Hogan was strong too
Oh, yeah.
in his prime.
Yeah.
But them three, fuck me, they were ridiculous.
No one likes WWE, so.
Oh, they love WWE. Which one? That dude's wild.
Anyway, thanks for coming, guys.
It was fun.
Don't forget to check out our merch, HFD merch,
It was fun.
.myspreadshop.com.au. Make sure you like. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you
Please,
like it. It helps
like.
us out with the algorithm and all that jazz. Share it
right.
to your friends. Tell them about us. We're the best podcast
Leave a comment.
in Australia or even in the world.
All the jazzy stuff.
And we'll be back next week.
We will be.
Oh, I don't know if I will be, but
Someone will be.
the show will be here.
The show will be. I'll say to John, listen, John, it's your second day shoot. And he'll go, yeah, I can do second day shoot.
Well, I'm working.
When's his first? You're working till.
I can't do Wednesday next week, so
What can you do?
Tuesday. But you can't do Tuesday.
I can do Tuesday after if we do it at 8:30, like after soccer.
Yeah, I could do
like
that.
we used to do.
I could do Tuesday.
Yeah. Tuesday or Thursday I can do.
I can't do Wednesday because I'm working, and Thursday I can't.
One of the days. It'll either be me and you or me and John.
Yeah, that's all right.
Whatever.
John,
We'll sort something out.
or Jim. Maybe Jim might come.
Jim, I think, is moving out of his house on Tuesday next week, so it's hard for him at the moment. I think so.
Jim's wild.
Jim is wild.
All right, guys. Well, all the
All right,
best. Have a good week. Stay hunky, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.